Welcome to Happily Ever Banter, a Mills House media production with your hosts, Uncle Dale and Kiki. Real talk, real laughs, and a little bit of chaos as this duo dives into life, love, and everything in between. It's unfiltered, it's unpredictable, it's Happily Ever Banter.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
You may have turned hers up.
Misty's, yeah. Are we all?
Yeah, Misty's
low?
real soft spoken, so
You might have to turn hers up.
You can crank her up to 11.
I'll start talking.
Can you hear me now?
God damn, calm down. No. Don't shout. All right, we're live.
Show.
That's right.
Episode 101 of
Happily Ever Banter.
She forgets every time.
Sponsored by Kiki Wellness and Recentrals Health.
That's right. We got some friends in here. Had a long weekend with them. Mr. and Mrs. Cajun Ninja. What's
Better
up,
known
everybody?
as the Paya.
Golly.
That was a nice little entrance there.
That's aggressive. We've been talking about doing this for a while.
Yeah, we have. You have wanted this so long, man, and I feel like I've let you down, for a long time.
Yeah.
But, the opportunity to go to LSU game happened, and in your mind, it was not the LSU game, it was this.
I was like,
It was
dude.
this, yeah.
This, yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm thinking.
I'm like, I know we're going to lose, which we did. But I was like,
No, I didn't think that we were going to lose.
I had a good feeling.
Like I said, the game ain't over.
I think it's still not over, according to Kiki.
Exactly, because anything happens within the last minute and a half of a game.
Yeah.
And
now I learned a little bit more about
Hey,
football.
you know what's
so-
crazy? Anything happens in the first minute and a half of a game, too.
I know.
like they did run in for a touchdown.
Exactly.
On the kickoff.
They did.
They did.
And then they lost. So.
Yeah, well, thank y'all for coming in. Yeah, so we had a good long weekend. They came in. LSU played the Texas Bowl, and so we made it a good long weekend. We all we did was eat all weekend. I feel like
I know.
Yes.
that's pretty much all we did.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm going to be so huge on camera. But I'm 42 now, so I got nothing to prove.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Just edit me a little bit,
Yeah.
Can you AI me a little bit, maybe?
We can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, make me look a little bit, like not like as slim as you, but like a little bit above that.
All right, got you. Yeah, we'll do it.
Thank you.
You pick the weight. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, just like the UFC,
That's right.
Right on.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we've talked. I mean, like I said, we've almost been doing this 2 years. And Crystal told some fans last night we've been doing this for a year. I'm like, every
Yeah.
time it's 2 years. It'll be 2 years in February.
The fun goes by fast.
I know. So it's fun to get y'all in.
Yeah. It's overwhelming right now.
Hey.
How fun it is.
I keep you laughing.
The energy in here is so
Yeah.
wild. I'm glad it's a little cooler though. You and I came up here yesterday, and I was like, "Damn, it's kind of."
Oh, well, yeah, because during the day I crank it up, but when we do a podcast, I crank it down a little lower.
He cranks that soldier boy.
Yeah. You're out here cranking, and
Yeah,
you said we're having a good long weekend.
that's right.
Yeah, the game was fun. We had a good time. We had seats in the Texan suite. So
Yeah, it was sweet, dude.
Yes.
Your boy Uda. Huh?
Uda, hey, hooked it up, man.
How you like that at the end? I said, well, how do you say your name? He said Uda. I said, Uda, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, he's great, man. He's got great energy. But you could tell too, like he wanted Houston to win. Like,
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
because he was like, y'all might still have a chance. It wasn't like, bro, we got this. It wasn't that. So, but like, I get it, dude. He's there repping Houston. So,
Yeah.
But he was really cool, man. Super hospitable. The people there serving were awesome. Food was good. Had me a trill burger.
But yeah, we found Trill Burger finally.
Yeah, it was super trilling. Like,
Misty, you
good.
didn't try it. You're not a burger fan?
No.
No?
No.
okay, yeah, it's good.
she's not.
Dude. Meat. I don't know.
Yeah. What happened, babe? Like,
I started eating onions and bell peppers.
and you just stop eating meat, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of grosses her out now.
Really?
Dude, we used to go places and she would only order steak. And I wasn't a big steak guy. So it'd be funny. They come out with the salmon and they're like, the salmon? And they're going to hand it to her. And she's like, no. And then like they're like, the salmon? And then, like,
you don't like ground meat? Is that it?
no, she eats meat, but
Yeah.
like meat in general, like fried chicken
Yeah.
works.
I could do chicken.
But like,
Okay.
like you could have a ground meat spaghetti. But if like
Okay.
we're eating just like steak, Can't really do
Really?
it. Yeah. It kind of happened after COVID, huh?
After COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
Something triggered her.
Dude, they have something out there that says if you get bit by this thing, it makes you hate meat. Maybe that happened to you.
Something.
No, they do. Magnus, look that up. They have something like that, some kind of insect
I think I heard
bite
about
you,
this.
and like it makes you like repulsive to meat. I'm not
That must
joking.
have happened when I had COVID.
You got bit.
You got bit. Spider
Maybe
bite.
you did.
Yeah.
You may have a tick still on you. Oh no, that was a mole.
Oh, dude, you did have a mole removed.
I did.
Maybe that was
Sure
it.
did. It's
Yeah.
all making sense.
And it was near your rump. So like too much, too personal. Don't worry, we'll edit that out.
No, we're good.
No,
we're
it's
good.
okay.
So we met y'all. We talked about. I know we talked about this on your other podcast. So
Sure. Yeah, my other podcast.
yeah. But I followed the Cajun Ninja for years before I actually met you. We met in the porta potty line at the National Championship 2019. LSU kicked Clemson's ass. All hell Joe Burrow. And then after that, I messaged you, and you're like, "Dude, why you got so many followers?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember that. Then we started talking, and we followed each other for a while, and we finally met in like 21, maybe.
Yeah, it was the Hurricane Ida.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally met.
when
In
we met
person.
for real. Yeah, we kind of kept back and forth for a little while. Just like I don't even know if reels were super big then, but we'd exchange stuff. But yeah, for those who have never heard the story, it's really funny because I was in the porta potty line. I didn't meet you in the line. You were passing
Yeah.
through.
Yep.
I had to go super bad. Dale's just probably 6 beers in, high-fiving everybody, and then like, Cajun Ninja. And I was like, what's up, man? High five, and just looking forward, trying to think about anything other than peeing on myself. I'm telling you, I was so close that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get arrested. It
Yeah.
was like
Just get it.
it was that point, man. I thought I'm just gonna go,
Yeah.
but I decided to stay mine. And then you just walked past, and it was a week later. He like messaged me on Instagram, and he's like, "Hey, man, I don't know if you remember me. I gave you a high five outside the dome. I just want to tell you I'm a big fan. I love what you do." And I was like, I do remember that because I felt like such a dick, like I didn't. I was just like, "What's up, man?" Like, I mean, because I had to go that bad.
Yeah.
I'm never like that. I love talking to people. And you were like, "Oh no, it's cool, man. I get it, And then that's when I looked at his page and I was like, "Dude, what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you?" Because like it's hard to get a following on Instagram.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was like 250,000, which I think you're at like 330 or something
Yeah.
now. And but yeah, and that's when you told me about OutDaughtered, and I was like, "What is that, dude? It sounds like me. I'm
Yeah,
OutDaughtered,
you
right
got
there."
the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we found out about the show, and then we started watching it, and then it's weird that we've kind of evolved this friendship.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't even
It's crazy.
I don't even remember that feeling of random guy high five or figuring out you were on TLC. Like those moments were like, oh wow, like these kind of crazy ups and downs. To now, it's just like, it's Dale and Kiki.
Yeah.
And my kids know you as aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, this was fun. They all came in, and we all met.
Yeah,
we did dinner that night with us and the Busbys.
That's right.
Yeah.
We all-
the
Airbnb
hurricane one,
y'all had.
2021, yeah.
We all hung out, and then since then, I mean, y'all came to Crystal's 40th birthday.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've done a lot of y'all come in town. So like I said, when our kids see each other, like they don't see each other much, but they do. It's like
Yeah.
family hanging out, dude. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get along really well, man. They just, they're kind of one and the same, just laid back.
It was that Louisiana, we're friendly,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, Texas is friendly too, but I like to think that we are the friendliest.
Yeah.
We certainly can't be the biggest.
Yeah.
Might as well get something.
Yeah.
So we'll go back, being that hey, this is Happily Ever Banter, which y'all have good banter, but like let's tell a story
Oh,
like
yeah.
how you
Okay.
two met, like how y'all came about.
Dude, you know what? I feel like I've been talking a lot.
I know.
Missy.
no,
Give it over to
No,
Misty.
no,
okay?
Missy.
Tell it much better.
I tell it much better.
Do you at least know like how long y'all been together and married and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. What year we met? Maybe I do tell it better.
You do.
Chime in though, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better fact check him, okay?
Okay, yeah. So look, this is what we'll do. I'll tell the story, but I'd love to maybe get some insight to parts of the story where it's your
I'll
perspective.
come in when
All right, I'm gonna point to you at random times.
So here's the thing: if for anyone who doesn't know us as a couple, I'm super, you know, and
I'm
she
not.
is very low key.
I just hear her giggle a lot.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what-
the backseat last night on the way home, you just laughed the whole time.
I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, and dude, that's why.
And I'll say like one word.
And that's what probably makes our relationship work so much. It's like I'll just chat my butt off because I love to do it, and then she's barely saying anything, and I'm like, man, this was a great talk. You know, and she's like, yeah. Just giggling. So, but yeah, so let's see. I was 21 years old. I was waiting tables at Outback Steakhouse. Can we cue the lights? And I was waiting tables at Outback Steakhouse, and I was like headed one direction, and my peripheral vision caught a beautiful girl, blonde, side eye. You know,
That's
I
my
thought,
friend.
Not true. Dude,
We
though
told her
do-
to chime in when the story
Yeah.
you corrected.
You got a little early on the friend part, but there is a friend part. But anyway, we so like I was like, all right, man, I gotta go check this out. You waited tables,
Yeah.
got to make the round, you know. So I head that way. I'm looking in her direction, kind of checking her out, and she looks up at me, and then she looks down, and then she looks up again and like stares right at me, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm caught, you know. Head to the back, such is life. What were you thinking in that moment? When I looked at you once, you looked away and you looked back.
I was like, so I had some friends that we would go to Outback and eat because I was trying to sit in his section.
Okay.
Wait on us.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So I kind of scoped him out.
That sound
already.
dirty.
Okay. So then when he actually made that actual eye contact, he was trying
I
to
was
figure
like,
it
oh
out.
gosh, like he might be waiting on us.
Uh-oh.
That's what you were thinking?
I was like, and then I started to kind of panic.
Yeah.
And like, that's what I always wanted, but
So y'all had just sat down.
Hey, it's like a dog chases a truck, and then finally catch the truck, you know what to do. You're like, oh shit,
right.
now I gotta.
And I was like, oh gosh, like this is it. Like now, what am I gonna do?
Turns out I didn't wait on her. I was just checking her out. And then walk past her, whatever, you know, go about the night. A week later, there's
She shows up again.
Huh?
She shows up again in Outback.
Well, a week later, there's this lady in my section, and she's waiting on two other girls. And like in the service industry, turning tables is how you make money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this lady sits here for like an hour. I'm like, dude, where are these girls? Finally, her and her friend show up, and they sit down, and I'm like, damn, you know. So I greet them, go to the back. I told my buddies, I'm like, dude, table 32, bruh. These chicks took forever to get here, but one of them's pretty hot, you know. And so, you know, I go about waiting on them, you know, what have you. She ordered the Alice Springs chicken. I was still kind of fairly new to Outback. They had different code words when you sent something in. If somebody wanted something extra, she didn't want mushrooms. So I put no mush. Apparently it was no shrooms. The guys in the back saw the shit. They didn't fucking like me. So they put the mushrooms on there. They go, what is no mush? Didn't even care to ask me. Sent it out to her. Her order's wrong out of all the three at the table. So I'm like, God. I said, look, let me take it back. She's like, refused to let me take her back. To this day, I know she hates mushrooms. You know?
She hates mush.
Yeah, she hates mush.
Mush.
That's too mushy. And then so at that point, I you know, finished the thing and give him the ticket, and I'm like, no, I'm picking up the plates, and like silverware drops. And I remember that we were kind of talking through conversation that they were celebrating her friend's birthday. And the fork drops, and her friend goes, "Are you throwing forks at me?" And I was like, "No, that's just a diversion to get your phone number." And then like I looked at Misty, but then like I looked at Misty, you know. So like I said it to her, and then I looked up at Misty, and like Misty kind of looked away, and I was like, dude, I've never done some stuff like that. I've never said just like something so bold, like, "Oh, yeah, I'm trying to get your number," you know. And then I just went to the back, like picked up the plates, brought them the bill, paid the bill, and then they left. And I get to the table, I'm cleaning everything up, and I see a piece of paper, and it says Misty and Angel, and there's a phone number, and I'm like,
Threesome. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
don't get ahead of yourself, man. I'm thinking to myself, which one is it?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wow, there's actually 2 names. But I did say it to the other one, even though I didn't really like her. I was like, God, dog it. I was like, all right, cool. Pick the number. The night ends. Call the number. And all I knew about the 2 of them was that it was the girl's birthday that I said that to. That's all I knew. I didn't know who was Misty. I didn't know who was Angel.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I call the number. Phone rings, answers. And then I'm like, hey. And she's like, hey. I was like, yeah, this is Jason from Outback. You left your phone number. She's like, oh, hey, this is Misty. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, so you're hanging out tonight, huh? She's like, yeah. And then I go,
Can I come over?
no. Dude, y'all are just ready to go bounce chicken wild over here, huh? No wonder y'all had Kenzie so early.
We actually did it.
Y'all are like, dude, y'all don't even like the erotic movies with story, huh?
No, straight to
Straight
it.
to it, huh? So I'm like, I don't know how to figure out who's who. So one thing that I did remember was the other girl's birthday. So I go, so you celebrating your birthday tonight? And she goes, no, that's my friend. And I was like,
And I'm thinking, oh, he wants to talk to my friend.
Yeah. Put Angel on the line.
yeah, because I'm quiet. Right? She doesn't see me doing this. So I'm like, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I was like, that's cool. I said, well, look, me and a buddy of mine are going to the Brick House tonight, which I want to come hang out. And she's like, yeah, that sounds fun. I was like, right on. So I call up my friend. He's in a relationship, but he played in a band with me. So he's like, yeah, I'll come out with you, man. He's trying to be a little wingman for me, at least to just hang out. And we go to the Brick House. They never show up. Never show up.
Dang.
I'm like thinking, dude, what the fuck? So I go back to my I was renting a house with some friends at this time. I had 2 roommates. Took the paper, crumbled it up in the trash. I was like, man, this girl, she didn't want to be with me, dude,
Yeah.
This little waiter.
It was my
out
friend's
back.
birthday, and she didn't want to leave where we were.
Oh, that's understandable.
But not
So what was going through your mind when he called and you're talking to him?
Well, like I'm thinking, I was like, yes, but then he was like, so you're celebrating your birthday. So I'm thinking,
He's trying.
maybe he's interested in my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is this even happening? Because I never, ever left my number. Like I don't just, I didn't just
Yeah.
hand my number out.
That was the third one
I
that
don't know,
week
it
you
was
told me.
weird. It was just strange how it all happens. And then I still was like, I don't know. Like just thinking like, no.
Yeah, but did you ask your friends if they wanted to go to the Brick House?
I did.
And what was the
I
response?
did. And she was like, well, so-and-so's coming here. And I think her brother was coming meet them with their friends and whatever. And then we had to go all the way back to Homa. We were in Thibodeau. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah, so not even a text message.
no.
Hey, it looks like we're not going to make it.
Could have T9'd him.
Nothing.
Yeah,
That's just
you
a
were
lot of
playing
text.
hard. You were playing hard.
I
though.
was just,
She didn't know what she was
I
playing.
didn't know what I was
Yeah, that's
doing.
true.
So here's the thing, all right? I threw it in the trash. And now you're thinking at this point of the story, well, how the flip did y'all end up together? That's a good question, Crystal. I'm glad you asked. So what happened was I was cleaning my room. Like, I think this was a Tuesday whenever we had, like, met, phone number. I was cleaning my room on a Saturday. So, like, a good 5 days it went by. And I'm throwing shit in that trash can, and I see the crumpled up piece of paper, and I'm like, maybe I'll call her. And I was like, nah, fuck that. Yeah. And I started cleaning my room again, and then, like, it just kind of kept clicking. And I was like, all right, grabbed it, unwrapped it, called her up, and I was like, hey. And she's like, hey. I was like, hey, it's Jason. You met you at Outback. She's like, yeah. I was like, so why you didn't come to the Brick House? And she was like, oh, my friend really wanted to go to Norm's or wherever it was. It was her birthday, and I felt bad, but I did want to come and hang out with you. And at that point, I'm starting to feel a little better about it. So I was like, oh, cool. And then, at that point, we just kind of started talking. And then I think we were on the phone for like 3 hours.
It was a long time.
And we decided to go on a date. And
What kind of cell phone plan did you have? Jesus, man.
yeah,
Yeah, free nights and weekends?
well, it was a Saturday.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, so
Unlimited.
Yeah.
how much are you paying attention, Dale?
Yeah, I know.
You're still on the bone chicken one. Dale's still trying to fast forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait. When you get to the threesome part,
Yeah, there's 2 things that trigger your brain: sex and high bills. That costs too much. All right. So anyway, so we wound up like going on a date, and to kind of wrap it up, that's where everything kind of led from there. But I one thing that was really funny on our first date, I don't know what happened, but we were walking to the restaurant, and she said something about like, "Oh, I got a big butt." I don't even know how that happened, but she said that, and I was like, "No, wait." I mean, she was really too tiny when we first met. We were both like scrawny as hell, and I was like, "No way." I looked back behind her, I was like. Dude, I was like, wow. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we had a good date, and yeah. But it's funny though. I will ask her so we can get some perspective here.
Okay.
I didn't call you those 5 days. What was going through your head?
I was thinking, shit, I messed up. Like I finally sat in your section. You waited on me.
Yeah.
You got this far. And my friend didn't want to go. I should have pushed harder.
Well, then, but
then I was kind of like, well,
birthday,
let me see if he really.
Her
Yeah,
birthday.
it was her birthday. I felt bad.
Yeah.
Okay, but
then I was thinking, I was like, maybe he was just messing with me. I don't know.
what if I'd have never called?
I would have went back to Outback.
And done what? Will you just wait till in my section?
She would have got her order right the next time because she would have got a better waiter.
Yeah, but the thing is what if she was in my section and I'm thinking, oh man, I waited this girl last time, dude. I'm gonna give the table away.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens, you know, like you end up with someone in your section that you really don't want to wait on.
Yeah.
And if I'd have stuck with this idea that she didn't want to, so like, dude,
I don't know, but
I
it
often
works.
wonder that if I didn't call,
Yeah.
I would have called.
you would have called. Did you put my number in your phone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did it say? Hot Outback guy? That's what happened.
It might have had like a little Outback.
That's in my phone.
Yeah,
That's yours.
That's awesome, man.
Says Jason, no mush.
I think it all worked out how it was supposed to.
Okay.
It is wild how things,
But it is crazy.
like,
Yeah.
especially
Like-
hindsight looking back, I'm like, man, there's a lot of things that could have not happened that happened.
That happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I mean, months before, probably like a month or two. A month? I don't know how long you worked at Outback. Let me think.
I only worked at Outback for 6 months.
Okay. So
Okay.
like before
So
I actually sat in his section, I remember going there so many times. Like anytime somebody was like, hey, let's go eat.
You're like
Our
Outback.
friends. Yeah. That's
I
where
did,
we
and
went.
yeah, I had no clue of this.
And you
until,
never
like,
sat in his
No,
section.
never. And sometimes we went and he wasn't even there. So I was
Okay.
like, oh.
Like, I don't even want this chicken.
And no, here's what's crazy. I worked at Copeland's for 4.5 years, and she like never ate there. I'd never seen her before. And
I mean, that's kind of a nice place, too. Don't get me wrong. That's,
Copeland's,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I do love Copeland's, their spinach artichoke with
Yeah.
the fried
Both
bow tie
times.
the
pasta.
best.
hey, dude, you never ate that until we got together, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I was working there, but I got let go from there. It was the first job I ever got let go from, and it was just because I was kind of defiant on a new manager they had. She wanted us rolling silverware different and everything, and we're like in the middle of a rush on a Friday. And I was like, look, if you want your silverware rolled the way they do in Baton Rouge, come roll it. So I'm doing it this way. And like young in hindsight, yeah, you can't go talking to the new manager like that, right? And so I got let go, but I would have never quit Copeland's until I found like my career path. And because I got let go, I went right over to Outback. And that's how we found each other. And it's crazy. The lady who let me go, dude, I was so irritated by that. For the longest time, I was bitter about her. And she runs this like meat market in Houma now. She's been running for a long time. And I wouldn't even go there. And then I got kind of in the oil field. And then one day it just kind of dawned on me. I was like, dude, if this lady had not let me go, I wouldn't have met my wife.
Yeah.
And so now every time I see her, I've told her that too.
There's gratitude now.
And she actually she looks at it a totally different way. She said she was under a lot of pressure from the general manager, and she said like that it should have never worked out that way. But I'm more like humble about it now in the sense like, look, I was a defiant 19-year-old or 20-year-old. I was like, I know I was pushing buttons, you know, and but so we both kind of met in the middle on that. So it's really cool. But I'm grateful for her now. And I like whenever I started realizing that, I would like go get breakfast over there for oil field customers all the time. Because I was like, I'm gonna support this lady, man. She caused me to meet Misty, you know. And
So how long were y'all together?
That was great.
How long were y'all together before you got engaged?
Before we got engaged?
Yeah.
For how long, you know?
3 years, huh?
3.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5 years we were together. And I mean, the thing is we were young, you know, so it took me time to really,
Well, like I said, we met at 19. We started dating
Right,
19.
yeah.
And so, I mean, so we dated for 4 years.
4 years.
Before, but we're still so young.
So, yeah.
We
Yeah.
get married at 24.
Yeah. I was 25 and she was 27. So
27.
that's another fun fact is that she is a sugar mama, you know?
Yeah. She was
yeah.
giving you Werther's Originals at Outback. The old hot lady came in.
Yeah.
Trying to swoon you.
It's you, Mrs. Robinson. Yeah. No, yeah, man. Actually, that was kind of fascinating to me. I didn't realize that she was older than me. And to this day, a lot of people don't know that she's older than me. When we were in Utah, I think it was, we were like taking pictures with this owl, and this guy's like, "You want to take one with your daughter?"
That's my wife.
Yeah, I was like, "Dude, that's my wife." Dude. Now this was back when that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
We went to see Dustin Poirier fight Justin Gaethje, and then we did some after activities, and I was like, "Man, is it really getting that bad?" That's when I was really receding too. Yeah. I had the ponytail, you know. I was like, "Man, gray beard." Like, man.
So how old were y'all when you had your first kid?
I was 30.
And I was,
So you were
28.
28.
yeah, I think I was 28.
So did
Yeah,
y'all
'cause-
talk about kids early on when you were?
Not really. No.
No?
We never really
No.
talked about like having kids. We knew we both wanted children.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was
Right.
always in the cards. And then we did things very backwards from the tradition, right? Like we lived together before we got married.
We did the same.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we had a house. We bought a home before we got married.
Oh wow.
You know, so like we did a lot of things backwards, but it was just kind of how our life was playing out. But one thing we knew was that we wanted to be settled and married before we had children.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did all that because, you know, that really worked out well for us. You know, like I think a lot of people when you're dating, you go through a lot of figuring each other out. You know, so there's a lot of trials and tribulations.
There's a lot of society pressure.
Yeah.
Because like you get engaged, when you get married, then you have your first kid. When you have first kid, then you have first kid. When you have second kid, it's like it's like there's so many
It's
like
always pressure.
steps that
Pressure.
you got. Like people always ask, like, when you have the next one? I'm like, well, shit, dude, we just
we
had
just
this
had-
one
yeah.
a week ago.
Yeah. And you know what, too? I really look at that a lot different now that we've been through it because we weren't ones that like really super struggled as far as getting pregnant, but it did take 9 months for our first, you know, pregnancy. And, you know, now I like think about that when like I see people without kids that have been together a while. I don't even ask them like,
No.
Yeah, 'cause
when do you think you're going to have a kid? Because they might be trying to have one.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a very soft spot. So, yeah, but yeah, we did. You know, I mean, look, I love practicing. You know? It's great. But there's a really funny story on the first time we kissed. If we're gonna get into that discussion,
It's funny because I was wondering if you were going to tell that story.
Do you want to tell it or?
No.
Yeah,
Missy just does not like telling. But I'm a storyteller. so-
yeah.
chime in,
Yeah,
girl.
I know, but
But
like,
and then when I do tell a story, if I leave something out, he's like, no.
well, I mean, sometimes there's little details. You know?
He got to get all the.
Yeah.
It's the setups, you know, like a good movie,
Yeah.
you know, like
I'm not.
the whole plot's up top. But that's the way my ADD brain works, you know. So she knows that about me. But yeah, so we went on a date, and then we get back to my house, pulled in the driveway, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go for a kiss on her, you know. And we're kind of talking, and I leaned over and like to go to kiss her, and she's like facing this way, and I'm like right here, and I'm like real close to where like, all right, this is awkward as hell.
She's not moving.
And she's like this, and like she went like this, like with her body, like that. And I go, "Are you gonna kiss me or what?" And then she goes, "No, I'm punished."
He said, "No, I'm punished."
In my mind,
Why'd you say that? I'm punished.
Like Rapunzel or something.
Seatbelt was stuck, and I couldn't even move.
Okay.
Like you know how it
Yes,
locks.
yes.
That's how
So
he gets
it
all the
was-
girls.
It was locked, and he didn't know. So like I'm inside, I'm like cracking up laughing because I'm like I can't even move.
Oh my god.
Punished.
Or you were probably like talk dirty to me or something.
dude. Well, here's the thing: she was still living with her parents at the time.
Yeah.
So I legit thought she she was punished.
No, hey, no kissing while you're
They're
punished.
like, what? 22-year-old still punished?
23.
23.
Yeah. I'm 21. She's 23. And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, your parents punish you still? You know? Like, and so I'm like sitting there like that. And like for that split moment, she says, I'm punished. And then it's just kind of a blank pause. And I'm like,
Yeah, punished.
I'm like, what do you mean punished? And then she goes, the seatbelt's stuck. And I was like, oh. And then she unbuckles it. And, you know,
Fireworks.
rest was history.
That's funny.
Yeah, but that was our first kiss.
Good
Yeah,
time.
it's funny,
That was a good time.
That's funny. You're like,
dude, for sure. I was like punished. Oh man, this is wild. Yeah.
so how long you been married now?
Can you even get?
No, because my math.
It's not mathing. Her math is not math. So we got married in 2009, so 16 years.
Yeah.
And we've been together for 21. Yeah, we just made 21 December 1st. Because that was that's like our dating anniversary, and then June 1st is our wedding anniversary. And as it turns out, they're exactly 6 months apart. Like one's the mid of the year and many of the end.
Yeah, we'll be together 25 years total in April, and then we'll be married 19 years next year in October. So it's crazy. Y'all same way. Like we've been together as a couple longer than we were not a couple. It's crazy to think that now.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, that's funny you say that.
The other day.
Yeah, I just told. See, I'm already at that point because I was younger than her. But I said to the girls, I was like, girls, you know that I've had more life. Well, come April maybe around that time, I will have had more life with Misty than I have had without Misty. Because when we met, I was like 21 in 3 months. So like about March, April of next year, I will have been with her longer than I was without her. Yeah,
It's crazy. We talked about that on podcast where like it's like, God, it's crazy to think about that. Because like I said, there's a lot of people get married or get together young, it don't work out, or like we just said we never had any breakups or any time apart when we were dating either. So we've been together that long, like solely, So it's pretty neat, man.
dude, it is wild, man. And look, and it's not perfect, like a lot of people think we have some perfect relationship, which now we kind of do. Like our kids are like, man, y'all never fight, but it's like, well, we did, when we were getting to know each other in their youthful stages, like, I didn't know, like, I thought you were supposed to be jealous of everything or something, And then for her, she had boyfriends, like truth be told, this was my one and only, like I'd never had a girlfriend before her, like that was my one, and so like I didn't know how to treat a relationship. I thought if another guy talked to her, I'm supposed to be like, why is he talking to you? And I just slowly kind of like figured out like I don't like being that guy, And I noticed it caused more drama between us. You're young. You're in your young 20s.
That happens.
You're still a kid.
Young relationships, it happens.
Yeah.
Now you're like, dude,
And then you're still trying to.
And I'm like, take them. No. I'm like, no, don't take them.
Yeah, I'm still don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Like she would get freaked out about where I'm going, who you're going with. Like.
Well, also he was the lead singer in a band, and that was like a whole
the Shitty Beatles. What was y'all's band name? You told me that before.
Yeah. I was going to try to say something funny, dude, but Shitty Beatles was pretty good.
Remember that from Wayne's World?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why it's so good.
Were you in a band before you met Misty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in the music scene for a little while there. And like, I always say this. I wasn't some American Idol, I was good enough at like mimicking other styles of voices when I would sing. And that allowed me to get into some spots at karaoke night for songs that people weren't listening to, like Incubus and stuff like that. And when I did those songs a few times, some guy walked up one time and was like, dude, you want to be in a band? And I was like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I pretty much was in Shitty Beatles before. Like it was never anything that good. And then through like a lot of collaboration with different musicians, I kind of landed on some really solid guys, and we started this band called Dolly Parton.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that, yeah.
And you can still find to this day like a Dolly Parton video on YouTube. We were playing at this place called Park Place, and the song we were doing was "Hey Jealousy." So yeah, it's still
Gin Blossoms.
Yeah, it's still on the Cajun Ninja YouTube page.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's
if anybody,
find it.
for the millions of viewers that like tune into the Happily Ever Banter podcast, you may want to go check that one out.
The views are gonna go crazy.
And fun fact: one Miss Cajun Ninja is filming. So when you
Sorry. 'Cause I was dancing.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so when you go to watch it, and this was the digital camera era, dude. You know,
Yeah.
so like there was no stabilizers in those. Every woman had one in her purse.
Yeah.
And just like took it out at random moments.
And they're coming back though, the little digital
are.
cameras.
Dude, last night they had a
I
lady and
saw.
her daughter. She was taking a picture on a little digital camera, and I said, "Let me take one to y'all." And she's like, "Yeah, a minute." And so then she's like, "You know how to work this thing?" I said, "I'm 42. Like I had Polaroids. Like yeah."
Right.
She's like, "Well, I'm not older than you." I'm like, "How old are you?" 46. I'm like, "Okay, you're not that much older than me." Like,
That was the Great Depression.
I know. Did you take your horse and buggy here, lady?
Jeez.
But yeah, she had one. I was like, she's like, "I don't know if you know how to use this thing." I'm like, I think I can manage.
Yeah, Bella got one for Christmas, huh?
Oh, yeah. It was first on her list.
Yeah, I know. That's so wild, dude. Like, yeah, and then the year before that, they all wanted the little small Polaroid.
Okay.
camera.
Yeah, they had,
Well, for a while, Kenzie, one year she wanted, what was it called? The Insta.
yeah, the little.
That's what they
Oh,
had.
that's what they had.
The
the
little-
No, those were popular for a while.
Yeah, where the cameras came out. I mean, the photos came out.
Came out
Yeah,
right
that's
after.
what it is. It's kind of like that, the Polaroid version.
Yeah.
So how's it been? Like, okay, so y'all have your first kid. What was the biggest change from that for you guys? I knew you guys were more established. You said by the time you had your first kid. So how'd that work
We
out?
also moved.
Yeah, we lived in Broussard, which like
When we
is right
had our
outside
first-
Lafayette.
Yeah.
And we lived there, and two of them were born in Lafayette, Bella and Zoe. The biggest change having children? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, if you want to leave the house, and it's just like, hey, let's leave the house. And you have a kid, and it's like, all right, get the diaper bag, get this, And it's like,
Yeah.
I was such a
What
over,
time did they eat? What did they
I was
eat?
such an overpacker. Like it wouldn't be 2 diapers, be 20 diapers plus, because we just didn't know where we were going to be like extra outfits.
we were all, our kids
Right.
were all, they
We're
would
always
go
on the
with us all
go.
the time, and we
So like
we never let it stop us from like we bring them everywhere.
yeah.
Dude, we did all
Same.
kinds of stuff. Like they were.
We took Bella out to eat with us. Like,
yeah, 2 weeks after she was born.
I think that's why our kids are so adjusted to like because we were always on the go from little like even like when Kenzie was little, 4 or 5 years old, we'd get up and she'd be like, "Where are we going today? Who we having lunch with? Who's coming over for dinner?" Because like she knew we were always
Yeah.
hosting or we were going to somebody's house. Like she was like me. She wanted to be in front of people. Like I like being around people.
Yeah.
Like sitting at the house bores me. Like I want to be out and about.
right.
Yeah.
Crystal wants to chill. I'm like, I want to go do something. But Kenzie's like
Not
that.
all
She's
the
like,
time.
but you enjoy that more than I do. I'm
Yeah.
saying, but like Kenzie's like that. She's like, where are we going? Who's
Yeah.
coming over?
And Bronson's like me. He likes to chill for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm a lot like that too. I like to get out and about, and Missy's like that too.
I think we all are.
Yeah, all of us.
Now.
Actually, you know what's crazy is like, for us, you know how like some people leave and go somewheres and will miss their home.
Yeah.
For us, home is where we are.
Yeah.
You know,
I just miss my bed and pillow.
sometimes that can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like dude, when we were away for the hurricane, like we were gone 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we were in San Antonio for a while, and then we came back this way, and we stayed in the Houston area because we were near NRG Stadium.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were never like, all right, man, ready to get back home. We just kind of made a little life of it, like go see things, go places, experience things, and that's what's cool, I guess, about our little family. Like we just
Well, you girls are pretty chill too. So they
Yeah.
just kind of go with the flow, man.
Yeah.
And like we took some awesome trips. Like we brought them to Arizona. We did stargazing. We went to Slide Rock. We took them to Chicago to see the Bean, and we went to Willis Tower, and we've done the Disney World, and then Tennessee. We went to Gatlinburg, and they actually don't even remember a lot of those trips. They
Yeah.
like we've talked to them
They were
about
little.
them. Yeah, and they say that, and it used to kind of bother me at first. I was like, man, we took those great trips, and they don't even remember them. But I've come to realize like those trips were kind of for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because I remember.
You'll remember forever.
And I remember their excitement, and like it's like you could wait till they get older, but I notice now that they're older, it's like the things that impressed them then don't impress
Yeah.
them now. And I loved when those things impressed them.
Yeah.
The little character coming out, Dr. Seuss or
Now
whatever.
it's cringy.
Yeah.
Now a word from our sponsor. Kiki, you ever wake up, feel like your energy's on low battery mode?
Or like your motivation needs a jump start.
Well, that's where Kiki Wellness comes in. They help with testosterone therapy, peptides, weight loss, and even women's health, all customized to you.
Basically, they help you feel like yourself again, just upgraded.
Yeah, so quit running on empty and get back to full power. Visit KikiWellness.com and unlock your potential.
So the other day we were going to eat out. We went to Big Mike's barbecue, and he had Santa there. It was like a Santa night thing, and we knew about it. We're like, oh, dude, let's go. This, Santa's be there. And Juliet's kind of like at this age, and where she's like on the cusp.
Yeah.
And so we're like, man, we want to hang on to this little last year we got, and we see that he's there. We wind up going to sit down and eating, and then like I bring it up, like, Judy, do you want to go take a picture with Santa? And she goes, no, it's kind of kiddish. And it was like,
It crushed me.
I was like, yeah, we both looked at each other. We're like, oh man.
Well, some of these Santas don't even look like real Santa Claus, or they look scary, or like you see their beards like halfway off. You see they're dark underneath the light. I'm like, how's it supposed to look real to a kid? You know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and he was definitely on the fence, but yeah. But still, but she kind of knows that. She knows there's some that are like the helpers.
Yeah.
She still didn't want the photo.
Nope.
You tired here, huh? You've yawned a few times now. Either that or these are just boring ass stories.
Well, the good thing, like talk about trips, only plus size we had, like we took, obviously from the show, we took a bunch of trips. So at least we have our some documentation, like at least go back. But like we'll talk about that. Bronson, he doesn't remember the Hawaii trip, but he was young.
Yeah, he was young, but he said he remembers a little bit.
But like I said, so luckily we can go back and they can see some of that stuff, because otherwise it's just a blur to them. They're so little. We did so much for a 10-year span.
Yeah.
That we got lucky to be able to at least have that captured, not from just home videos.
Yeah, dude, that is probably one of the coolest things about what you guys did, is that it's documented on a very high level camera. It's not just like a little cell phone picture. It's all well documented stuff. So that's probably really cool to look back upon. And the other thing I think that kind of works well for y'all and your family is like, y'all had like star presence, but it was about the Busbys and their kids, but like your star presence didn't take away from having like real family. And I don't know if it does for them, but I would think on the level they're at, like, sometimes the lines get blurred. On trying to be real family, but also trying to be the center of a TV show.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how hard that is.
No, I'm sure it's a lot, because we had the best of both worlds.
Right.
So we got to be on it, but we were like, when we weren't involved, we were totally like, we didn't have to bother with it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So like we got the perks of being on the TV show, but we weren't like the focal point to where you're like, it's all up like.
There's the pressure is not like,
Right.
That's why I said that. Like you kind of, like you said, you got the best of both worlds. You got to get all the cool benefits of it, but not have to like live up to all the expectations that get you the benefits of it. So
I already have 6 kids, so thank God.
No kidding, dude.
So we'll get to the Cajun part. So you were Taekwondo. That's what you were. Black belt Taekwondo. You owned some hair salons in y'all's area. That was I guess because you did hair, right? That's what you did before, and then you opened your own places. Okay, yes. So that was both. All 3 kids were born by then, or was Juju not around
actually
yet?
The first salon was open before they were born.
Before they were born. Yeah.
For all of them.
Before Juliet, there was 2 of them. And then when they were all born, we were doing the third.
Okay.
Yeah, the third was actually very interesting because they were pretty little. It was 2019. So you think, I mean, Bella's 13 now. That was 6 years ago. So she was 7. Zoe was 5, and Juliet was like 3. And we're trying to get this salon open and ready. So we're having to like go there and paint and get everything ready, and we can't just have people watch the kids all day long. So we would set up air mattresses on the floor while we're in there painting and doing stuff, and then like Bella's having to go to school the next day,
Like I said, y'all have a busy life.
Yeah,
you had businesses and 3 kids.
For sure.
What was the distance between your 3 businesses, your hair salons? Were they in different air? Like
we had 2 in Houma, and then the third's in Thibodeau.
Okay.
Where y'all live.
Yeah,
Where
well,
we live.
I'd say
Yeah.
the
So, like-
furthest away to the Thibodeau and the East Homa
Homa.
location was like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Well, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could easily do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was wondering, y'all were busy. So then let's fast forward. Like, so what year did you go all in on being Cajun Ninja full-time influencer? I know you did some YouTube stuff before, and you talked about what kind of popped.
Yeah, well, I honestly, let's see. If you look at the YouTube platform, it'll say that I've had a channel since 2006, but I didn't really do anything with it. I just signed up one. And it was about 2016 when I was like, all right, I'm going to start creating some things. And then I did the gumbo video and went viral. And from there, I just kept cooking. But I was still also kind of working in the oil field at the time.
Was your name Cajun? Was it still
No, it
Cajun?
wasn't. It was at the earliest days of the page. It was called "What You Doing Derouen."
What you doing, Derouen? I'm cooking up some food.
Yeah, which my last name is actually pronounced Derouen.
Okay.
Or in New Iberia, it's Derouin, and then in France, it's Derouin. You know,
Like Charles Derwin.
Yeah,
Derwin,
Derwin.
yep,
I was about to
yep.
say Derwin.
Yeah, there's Derouen. There's
Okay.
it's the most butchered French last name there is, and so and look, some bourgeois and all would probably argue with me that no, that's not the case. But I'm telling you, bro, they say there's people that say it certain ways that say it's the right way.
Yeah.
Like bourgeois is kind of like it's like bourgeois is the right way, but who else also says it different and says that's the right way?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
like with Derwin, it's like Derwin, Derouin, Derouin. Some people say Drawraw, which is completely wrong because that's like
Like when you said Derouen the first, I was like, I never would have got that from that.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, dude, we didn't have any of like there's barely anybody with my last name in Homa, and my dad had never met his father. So, but he did say Derwin. I said Derwin until I was like 14. When I got to high school, I just gave up. People were calling me Derouen. Coaches were like, Derouen, get your butt over here. And I was like, yes, sir. You know, just,
Yeah.
And then in the hallways, people started saying Derouen. And see, probably for you growing up, your boys probably called you, what's up, Mills?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was like all these names, Parfait, Giroir, you know, like Hebert. Like people got called by their last name. People didn't call me by my last name because
They didn't know how to say it.
Derwin was not
Yeah.
familiar in Homa. If there had been a lot of Derwins before me, then yeah, people would have been saying it. But then all of a sudden, freshman year of high school, people went, "What's up, Derouen?" Because that's what they were calling me on the like in football and shit like that. And like so, even though I knew it wasn't right, it felt right. You know, I was like, I'm getting called by a last name. You know, like that was like
I made it.
It was like a rite of passage,
Yeah.
right? Like that, like the boys are calling me the last name, you know. And so, yeah, I just went with it, and I'll never forget, man. Like in freshman year, I had this teacher, Mr. Collins, and I was saying Derwin, and then I had him again my junior year for like civics, and I was a class clown. You know, I gave him a hard time in freshman year. He's expecting the same thing junior year. He's like, Jason. He's like, and I said Derouen, and he goes, how you say it? And I go, Derouen. And he goes, that's not how you say it. How you say it? And I'm like, Mr. Collins, I say Derouen. He goes, get out. Kick me out of the class. Other kids in the class had to say, Mr. Collins, that's what he says. And he's like, that's not how he used to say it. I had him his freshman year. Like he was mad. He thought I was clowning him. He thought I was trying to be a clown, you know. And then he wanted to call me back and he's like, what did you say my freshman year? I said, well, I used to say Derwin,
Yeah.
but everybody started calling me Derouen, so that's what I say. And yeah. So I've stuck with that ever since, man. And I'll never forget, when I was 19, waiting tables at Copeland's, I saw somebody with a credit card with my last name, and I ran to their table. I was like, dude, where are you from? I never seen somebody with my last name. He's like, oh, I'm from Lafayette, man. I'm in town, you know. I said, how you say it? He's like, Derwin. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's how we.
Yeah, everybody knows it as in the Acadiana region, dude. It's actually very popular, but didn't know that.
Yep.
I could go on a long tangent. I'm trying not to go too long on just my last name because at this point, people are like, all right, now it's getting boring.
Okay, so
Let's go back to when you were kissing your wife and she was punished.
no, so with your cookbook, so how long did you have that name before you changed? Like how'd you
No,
come
but
up with
before
Cajun?
when you came with Cajun Ninja.
Yeah, Cajun Ninja, yeah.
I mean, I was calling myself Derouen long before Cajun Ninja. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, how did you come up with the name
Cajun Ninja. Okay. Oh,
Like,
okay.
'cause you are
so you
what
said
you
Derouen,
doing,
but you meant
Derouen.
what you're doing, Derouen.
Yes,
Like the changing the name of the
yes,
page.
yes.
Okay, yeah. Not all of us are in your head.
No,
I'm
thank
just saying,
God.
because,
I caught it.
but that what you doing?
well,
That's scary.
that makes sense.
To me, that doesn't sound like a cook, but what you doing to ruin it?
Yeah. Well, look, here's the thing. When I started the page, I didn't start it for cooking.
Okay, you did. Okay, what
I
were
just
you
wanted
doing?
to do stuff that was entertaining. I
Okay.
love making people laugh. I love comedy. I love entertainment. And
So you're doing videos, like funny videos.
yeah. Like, dude,
It wasn't what you're cooking; it's what you're doing.
yeah, what you doing? Yeah, just and that was the play. Like the reason why I named it that, because I was like, I'm just gonna do a little bit of everything and see what works. And yeah, like I did a face swap with a baby doll, and I was like,
Can you still pull up these videos?
oh, sure you could. I bet you if you type
Okay.
what you're doing to ruin, you could probably find some old clips or something. But yeah, it was like, I think it was like during the Olympics, I think, because it was like 2016. I did like a slow motion cartwheel in the living room, and like Bella and Zoe are like this big, and they're like jumping up and down real slow. And like I just come in and give them high fives, like, and like, and these things got barely any views, but I was like, screw it, man. This is just, I think this is fun. I'm going to post it. I think it's fun. I'm going to post it. Then one day I was cooking gumbo and I was Snapchatting it. I just got on Snapchat. My sister put me on it. And I was like, I don't really understand this. And I was like, I'll just Snapchat me cooking gumbo. And then after I realized you could take all those clips and form it into one video. And I was about to upload it to my personal page, Jason. And I was like, nah. I got a bunch of friends and I make gumbo. They're gonna give me a hard time, so I'm just gonna put it on my What You Doing to Ruin page. There's only 400 followers. A lot of them were from different areas, and I'll just let it get on there. And then I put it on there. It was like a Monday night or something like that. And the next morning, I remember it was shared 11 times. And I remember thinking then, wow, that's a lot. Because like, dude, if I got one share or two shares,
Yeah, you're like,
yeah, so I had 11, and I was like, holy God, this got shared 11 times, And then went to work. Me and the company I was working for, we decided to go play golf. We were on like hole, 14 or something. It was like midday, and I checked it again, and it had been shared 150 times. And that's when I said, dude, I think I got a viral video. Now, mind you, this is 2016. A viral video was like, that was a big deal. Like, now people go viral every second.
yeah.
Every second something goes viral. Back then, if something went viral, it was like, everybody knew about it.
Everybody knew it. Yeah. It was on the news. Like people like that was a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. Now something goes viral. There's something viral now that you and I have no clue about.
Yeah.
So it was wild. And then I think that night it had been shared 600 times. By the next day it had 1 million views, which was like really big. Still 1 million views is still pretty big, but like at the time that was crazy. And yeah, at that point I thought, all right, man, I'm gonna keep cooking. And I did jambalaya. I think I did some other stuff. And I just kept cooking from there. But I'll tell you, I did almost delete the page too, because it was like the flack. I mean, dude, the hate coming in for a gumbo.
People have so many ideas about cooking because it's so subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's crazy too. Like how you viewed something happening is kind of subjective, or it's perceptive, because you like, some people saw me going through that, saw it viral, saw good comments, and thought, wow, dude, you are crushing it. And I'm on the other side seeing people like, just tearing me up. Like I didn't put okra, you didn't brown the sausage, you didn't put enough liquid, or it's too thick, or it's too thin, you didn't put the blood of a virgin, like freaking everything that I could,
That's not how Mama did it.
Yeah, there's that, that's not how you make gumbo. And I'd be like, that's me in the video. Of course, that's how I make gumbo. And I would clap back at a lot of them. And actually, that became pretty fun for me.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I almost deleted, because I was like, man, this ain't worth it. And I'm so glad I didn't, because it did teach me that, like when you put something out there, haters are going to find you, but the good people will never find you if you don't put yourself out there. So, yeah. But you got anything to say about that, babe?
No.
So who came up with Cajun Ninja, the name?
Oh, second video I did was when first, in the gumbo video, you hear me throw the Trinity in and I go, "Paya!" And then in the second video, I decided to chop the onion and make it look like I chopped it with my hand. And then I did another "Paya!" And I go, "Don't mess with the Cajun Ninja." And like people started calling me that in the comments.
Okay.
So as I would do videos, I was just calling myself the Cajun Ninja. And then I think like maybe like 6 or 7 videos, I said, man, I need to change the name of the page. Funny enough, though, Facebook wouldn't let me change it. Like it was too different from What You Do in Derouen. And I think at the time they were trying to crack down on people that were like taking over pages.
Yeah.
Some people were buying pages and just,
Yeah.
and then so people were getting misled. And then so I had to like do a lot of proving of that. And then finally, like after a year, they let me change it from What You Do in Derouen to the Cajun Ninja. And I'll never forget, whenever I did that, it said, we're going to notify all your followers that the name of the page name change. And I thought, oh, that's okay. I don't care. But dude, sure enough, like 1,000 people unfollowed, like right there. You just saw it going down.
Dang.
And I was like, dude, you remember that?
Yes.
I was kind of freaking out. I was like, oh damn, dude. I guess people didn't like the Cajun Ninja, but by the next day it settled, and then it just started climbing back up again. And I was grateful then, because I felt like there was more to do with the Cajun Ninja. I didn't know where to go with What You Do in Derouen, and some people didn't know how to say it and what have you, and so. But I do get some flack from some people on like, oh, you don't even say your last name right. You ain't Cajun. I get all that, so, but it is what it is, dude. I mean, I have fun. We live our best Cajun lives, in my humble opinion. Yes. We go to all the festivals we can go to. We're very involved in our community. We love our state. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I remember meeting you. Like, it was just funny. Like, because when I started watching you, obviously you were already the Cajun Ninja by then. So, I've got I don't know what video I even saw of you first, but I remember cooking your recipes, like going to YouTube, look in the top comment section to screenshot the recipe.
Yeah.
To have it, and I'd watch it every once in a while, just kind of like when I'm cooking. But like I said, I followed you for years prior, which was funny to kind of. We were talking about that the other day. Like we went to me and Magnus to the Seven Dust concert. A guy I listened to since high school. Then now he's following me on Instagram, and we met him. Like it's just so random how these things work out in life.
It really is, dude. I think energy just attracts energy, Like and whether it's good energy or bad energy. And I like to think that, we are big on putting out good energy. We like seeing people who are successful. We like being around people who have motivation and good vibes and laugh and can take things with a grain of salt, Yeah.
Well, like I said, when we met, we instantly felt like we grew up together, man.
Yeah.
It was it's kind of like how it was. Like they hit it off real well when they got together, and like we were already. I think we talked so much online that when we met, it was like,
oh yeah, it was like we knew each other.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't remember the feeling of like not knowing you.
I know,
like that. Like
I came met you at that little Chloe's kitchen.
Yeah. Even when you showed up for that, like we were chatting it up, which was really cool, man. Dale showed up to this. We did this meet and greet food drive for people who are affected by Hurricane Ida, and because you showed up to that, people there were wanting to take pictures with you, and it really helped our little thing we had going on. And you stayed over there for a while, and y'all gave a really good donation to it too. That was really cool. So I remember those kind of things.
Yeah.
Those to me are what you call good receipts.
Yeah.
And so that's why I always when you got some shit going on, man, you need me to come out and cook for something, I'll show up.
Yeah.
Because I know you'll help me if I need something.
Yeah. No, that was fun. Like we've been doing that past 2 years. I got one of my big customers. We cook at their golf tournament. But like I said, it's one of our biggest customers, which was cool. And then, I like to think of our companies, we set ourselves apart of how we are and how we do things. And then bringing you along, because people know I'm friends with you. And then we see him, they show up, people walk up, oh, Cajun Ninja's like, holy shit. That one girl, she freaked out.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, I love this guy stuff. I was like, yeah, he's right here. She's like, shut the F. She went berserk.
Yeah.
But, that's another way we stand out as a company by having a friend come along and cook some good food. And not everybody can say they tasted your food. Like, a lot of people have done your recipes, but not everybody can eat exactly what you prepared. So.
Yeah, and look, I never thought of it like that.
I know.
Because I'm always like, look, I got it online. You can make it. But I guess there's something to be said about having the guy,
the authentic stuff
prepared. So it is cool. And people will tell me that if I'm making an etouffee or something like that, they're like, yeah, I made your etouffee, and then they're going to get a bowl and they go, but it's probably not as good as this. And I'm like, nah, man, look, if you made it to the recipe, it's that.
What's your kid's favorite dish out of the book? They like for you to cook.
Zoe likes the crawfish etouffee.
Crawfish etouffee.
Yeah, Zoe likes crawfish etouffee.
Bella gumbo. Or stuffed bell peppers. She been.
That was recent. Yeah, she liked those stuffed bell peppers. But I'm trying to think what else. I mean, like I don't know if there's really like a favorite.
favorite,
They just kind of like we just like they like roast and gravy and rice, and they love pork chops. They love.
Oh, you have a pork chop recipe?
We've done that before.
Oh,
that was some of the best gravy I ever ate in my life.
I'm trying to
awesome.
remember that.
Oh,
but
that
dang,
is
we need
so
to-
good.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I
offhand.
made
You
that.
need to do
It's
that.
that.
We don't do pork chops.
I know, but I
know.
had those pork chops from Good Rancher that time.
Okay, we need to
and
do
I cooked
that.
with that
I
gravy,
don't remember.
and that was one of the best gravies. I told you I was gonna do that. Gravy was phenomenal. Like,
Dude, I am such a big fan of like pork in general, like pork roast, pork chops, like. But I like smothered down tender,
Yeah, I did.
pork ribs. You know, like I'm not a big fan of like a fried pork chop or like a grilled pork chop where
Yeah.
you cook it fast. I find it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
But when it's cooked down, man, it's tender. Now the thing about pork chops too, like I like where they have the bone in.
Yeah.
Like it has to have the bone in. If it doesn't, it'll kind of dry out a little bit, in my opinion. If you're really going to cook it down.
yeah, I love your recipes. Like I said, that's what was cool to finally meet you. Then wasn't like we just met, and since then like we've actually done a lot of things together, which has been fun. So.
I hope people don't watch this and go, dang, man, this dude never lets his wife talk.
No,
I am totally fine with it.
You better start talking. Come on.
I did. I talked.
Like, yeah, right now in her mind, she's like, I
talked enough for me.
I talked enough.
so what year did you go all in on Cajun Ninja? Like you're like, all right, I know the backstory, like the oil field stuff, but like, what year was that when you're like, all right, I'm gonna go head first into this?
Yeah, so I had a job in the oil field that I lost, and it was like I've told people, the oil field has these up and down moments, and sometimes when you're one of the expendables, you know, you're not necessarily the guy in the field doing it. You're part of that chopping block, and so that happened to me twice, and it was 2016, and then that's when I was like, you know what? I just want to do something that's me, and that's when I started the page, and then. At the same time, I was able to pick up another side gig in the oil field. Wasn't paying as much money, but they allowed me to kind of be me. Because I got in trouble sometimes on my personal page while I was like in these other bigger corporate jobs posting stuff. Like I went to North Dakota and there's a huge picture. I mean, there's a huge statue of a cow there. So I thought, dude, I got to get a picture of me milking this cow. You know, like... You know, I don't. Yeah, right. Yeah, Dale's mind's in another place right now.
I'm trying to get the shut
I
this
know
damn
what it
dog
is.
up.
I know what it is. I wanted to say that because you know what? Let's just call it out, right? So the dog is barking in the background, and I know Dale's mind is like, dude, that noise is in the background of this story right now. It's freaking everything
He didn't
up.
even pay. He didn't even hear the part you said you were.
I know. So that's why
I've heard that story before.
Okay.
Yeah, but you've heard all these stories before. You know, like I need the laugh, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sorry.
yeah. I milked the cow, but I had nothing. It was so good because the dog's barking back there.
They ain't nothing worse than a barking dog. It drives me insane.
I know. Well, the dog barked earlier, and I saw you grab the phone, and I know what's going on. Can y'all shut the damn dog up?
Yes.
I was using the bathroom door, so go get the dog. He's outside. I'm like, Cajun's teasing him.
I was like, dog is, well, we go stop barking the other dog. It drives me crazy. I'm like, because we had the neighbor before had a dog that would bark all night long. And
Oh my God! And our
I would text him
windows
2 in the morning. I'm like, dude, get your
outside.
dog inside your house.
Oh, it
We're
was
like, we're about to
terrible.
fight because
It would,
Oh, dude, yeah, I don't
right
like
by my
that.
bedroom.
They would never let him inside. He just lived outside. It drove us nuts.
Yeah, I couldn't have that either.
No. Anyway,
yeah.
so you
All right,
were
so you're
milking a cow.
Milking a cow.
Yeah, I milked the cow. So, like, I
I've never
posted.
milked a cow, by the way.
Well,
Well, this was a statue.
It was a bull.
So
So it was a fake.
He was a little stubborn
thing?
at first,
it's
but
huge.
Oh, okay. So it was a
Huge
fake.
fake
So you weren't really
cow.
milking a cow.
Dude, the teat on this thing was
Oh, so your
like
mouth
bigger
was
than
on
my
it.
thigh. All right, no, my mouth couldn't even reach. That's how high up. Like this cow. Look, I'm telling you. Look up North Dakota cow statue. It's the biggest cow statue in the world. And it's massive. And when you're driving out of Bismarck or to Bismarck, wherever on this big highway, you can see it from the highway. And I would pass it
Wow.
every trip. And I was like, dude, and it's like up on like kind of a big hill or mountain. I was like, man, I got to go up there one day. And like, dude,
Milk that cow.
so it was at the end of like my week of like seeing customers, and I went up there, and I was like coming back, I'm going today. I drove up there, and I was like, hey, you mind taking this photo? Because I have other people up there. Like, no problem. And I was like, this, grabbing the teeth. I'm gonna try to find that picture and send it to you. You could probably put
Were
it
you
in
jumping
Yeah.
up trying to grab it though if it was high?
I think I just enough was able to reach it. And like, dude, I had a great week. Like, dude, we had like I think I was able to see like 15 different clients that week, and we had these potential pipeline jobs ahead. But I posted that to my personal page. Some of the ladies from the office saw it. They told my boss. He pulls me in. He's like, dude, you can't go to North Dakota and milk the cow. You know? You looked it up? It is, huh?
That thing's enormous.
It is massive.
It's enormous.
I'm telling you, dude.
Okay.
It is so big. And like, so yeah, he's like,
Can't not milk the cow.
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I tell people a story and they're like, dude, there's no way. Dude, it's a big cow. But anyway, like, yeah. So I tell him that. I was like, dude, you even on the sales call, you were like, Jason, this was such a good week. Like, you were praising me. But because I went and milked, he's like, yeah, but the girls see that. They think that's what you're doing. And I'm thinking, like, who gives a shit what they're doing? You need to grab your balls and go over there and say, hey, look, I don't care if he's milking every freaking cow in America. You know, like, this is what we got going on. Like, and that's the way it should be, dude. It shouldn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm in sales and I'm bringing you something, yeah, I don't care. You know, like, dude, that's what it's you know, simple math, dude. The business is doing good. All right, milk a cow.
Well, just like Dennis Rodman, dude. They
Just like Dennis Rodman.
But he got away with so much bullshit because he was a great
Right,
player.
dude,
Like, dude,
no
I
doubt,
don't
yeah.
care what you do off the court, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you come play your game. Like, that shouldn't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I wasn't at. So yeah, so like I said, and look, I know, to make a long story longer, dude, that's how crazy my ADD is. Because this came from like how did you start the page? You know, like, well, I milked a cow, and you know, anyway, but
Yeah, I know, I
yeah,
forgot the
so
question.
yeah, no, well, this started because it was like what made you go all in?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so like I said, leading back, this is where Missy talks about how she'll be like, he'll think I left something out of the story because I'll circle so far back.
That you forget the question.
Yeah, he'll forget the question. But yeah, but that's what it was. He said, what made you go all in? Well, like I said, before all that, I always wanted to do stuff like this, but I was like in trouble. But when I got laid off in 16, I was sitting there like thinking, I told her, I was like, I just want to do something that's me. And that's when I started doing the page. But I had to get another job because there was no money on Facebook, you know, or any of these things. I mean, like, dude, YouTube paid, but it was like very little for me. And so I had another job doing oilfield stuff again, but that guy couldn't pay me half. He could only pay me like half the salary I was making. So we're really tight because I'm still wanting to kind of try to do some of these videos. And so from 16 to 18, I'm doing these videos, not making really anything with that, but still having a kind of a side gig. But then that falls through, and I was like, this is it, man. I can't do this anymore. Like, dude, she really was sticking it out. And I'm very humbled by that because, like, when I did these videos, she would, like, how you getting flustered with the dog, like, she would have to take the girls in the back bedroom because
And
they would
were
be loud.
young. I mean,
Yeah, they were real
Juliet
little.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, when I went viral in 16, Juliet was 1.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think she was 1 yet. She was even 1 yet.
It's not like I could say, okay, be quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she'd have to bring him in the back room so I could make this content. And like, dude, like, what woman would do that? Like, she's with them all day already, and then she's gonna go sit in a room with them so I can cook this food and film it for a social media platform that doesn't even pay me. You know, like, I'm not even making money. And she did all that. And like, but in my mind, I kept thinking, I was like, dude, there's something about this that it's going somewheres, you know, because I knew how much attention it was getting. And like in my mind, it was like, dude, attention is valuable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just kept doing it. But then 18, you know, I lost that other job, and that's when I was like, all right, this is it. I gotta go get a regular corporate job now. I can't be playing around like this anymore. And sure enough, dude, like around that same time that happened, I get a notification on Facebook that says your videos are now going to be monetized starting today. And I'll never forget that one gumbo video that went crazy viral. Just that day, it made $300. Just that video, and then the other videos were being monetized too. And I was like, dude, we might be making enough here to do this. And then that was it. 18, I was like, all right, I'm going all in. Boom. And you know, I started really getting smarter about editing, doing better storytelling. And then around 2020, when I was actually 18, was when I started working on my seasoning. 2020 is when I dropped it. Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah. And it just it's all kind of trickled from there.
Yeah, it's crazy to see like the video quality of production
Yeah.
over the years. And even like adding like the laugh tracks, when you say like your dad jokes in there, like even that's just funny. Like the little jokes you put in there, like it's good humor in the cooking video.
Now you know why it was so important for you to laugh at me milking the cow.
That's it.
I needed the track. Yeah, no, like it helps, man. Like so, sometimes you put those little moments in there that maybe wouldn't be that funny, but when people hear the laugh track, it kind of triggers in their own head, and that's what sitcoms do.
Yeah,
And so I thought of it like that when I was filming. I was like when I hit these moments of like dad joke words or something like that, I'm just gonna put a laugh track in there. And some people hated it though. Yeah. There were people that chimed in. They're like, it'd be better if you leave out all the sound effects.
Oh Lord, man.
Somebody always has something
I was
to
like,
say.
please.
So have you ever had any people I know people easily do that online, but how about in public? Has anybody came up to you and like kind of like gave you shit about how you cook something or a video?
Well, yeah, I jumped off a float.
I remember that. I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
You remember that?
You didn't know about that?
Yeah, you did. It was a couple years ago. It was on like that article about it.
Yeah, a bunch of articles were flying around.
He jumped off the float, defending his wife's honor.
Yeah. I mean, look, looking back, I could have handled things a little differently. I probably could have took the door.
You heard your knee, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I didn't know at the time though.
What recipe was he talking about? Or calling you shit on?
Really, that never bothered me.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that.
But what did he say?
Well, he comes up to the float and he's like, F you fake ass Cajun, and like just flipping us off. And he had a beer in his hand, and I knew he's probably drunk.
Yeah.
He goes, you can't effing cook, and you suck, and then just everything. And I was like, okay, buddy, that's why I'm up here and you down there, And I was just like having fun with it. I could tell she was getting irritated, but I was like, fuck. I was just kept throwing stuff, and then he just was egging on, and I think she might have like went back at him, and then he's like, F you effing B,
Wow.
And he just starts going at her. And I guess because he realized I wasn't even entertaining him at this point. And then he's going at her because it's getting a reaction out of her. And then that's when I kind of leaned over to her side to float, because there's this little narrow, it was a huge gator float, but where we are in the float is kind of narrow. And she's on this side, I'm on this side, and the guy's down here on the ground. And I lean over her and I'm like, hey, cut that out. I was like, that's enough. And then he's like, nah, F that B, and in the moment I just was like, all right. And then I jumped off. And it was crazy, man. I could have not hurt myself because there was
But you couldn't even go get up to defend them.
Well, there's like these big alligator legs that are sticking out, and I was like, in my mind, dude, I was like parkouring it. I was like, I'm gonna jump off that leg and hit the ground. and so I was like, but this is how fast my brain thinks too. Like I'm thinking that as my hands and leg is going over, it's all slow motion in my mind. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit this leg, hit the ground. That way I can get a clean landing. And then the next split second, I go, man, what if I break the leg on the float? My empathetic mind is also thinking, I don't want to mess up these people's float. I was like, I just want to get in this guy's face and see what he does. And it's all happening so fast in my brain. So I shift my body weight so that I'd never touch the leg, and then I just land on my feet, bam. And I landed good. Although 12-foot high float, feet hit the ground, something pinched right here. I mean, like in my knee. I felt like a sharp boom. And I thought to myself, well, that was weird. But my adrenaline was high, and I step up, and then I'm like, say it again, and I got this big jester hat on.
I remember watching the video.
Well, no, there is no video.
Oh, it was the picture I saw.
Yeah, there's a picture of me. Yeah, there's no video. Funny enough, there is no video of it. I would like to have even seen that, because, dude, 40-year-old guy jumping off a float and landing it, dude.
Yeah.
A great headline.
I had people saying that was impressive, so I thought, I was like, pretty cool. But nah, yeah, I mean, like looking back, yeah, no, I shouldn't have never done that. But well, I landed. He comes running towards me, so I thought for sure I was like, all right, I'm about to fight this old man, and he was an old man, which like some people are like, oh, you picking an old man. Like, look, in the moment, dude, like this guy's just yelling obscenities, and I really just want him to stop. I didn't sign up for this. I loved it so much and wanted so much for people to enjoy the parade. I threw my cookbook to people, I threw products. These are things I have to buy, so yeah. I'm throwing all these things so I can give to the community, like, hey, yeah, here, dude. And then this guy shows up and he starts doing all that. And then, Yeah, so but it was wild, man. I hit the floor and he's running right to me, and then I stand up, and like most people when they meet me, like, damn, you're way taller than I thought.
Yeah.
So this guy must have thought I was a giant because I'm like already pretty tall. Then I have the jester hat, which is like 3 foot higher, and then he stopped in his tracks, looks down, looks up, and he goes, "All right, Paya. All right, Paya." That's what he said. He goes, "All right, Paya." And this other guy like got in between us, and he put his hand on my chest because I was like pushing forward, and then I'm kind of looking around to see who's who or
Make sure you
whatever.
get sucker punched
yeah,
by somebody.
exactly. And then and I was like yelling, "Say it again," and he didn't. And then that's when the cops ran up, and then I got back on the float, and yeah. So people were kind of like confused a little bit. He winds up picking up, I think, maybe his grandkid or something like that. And look, when I talk about it like an older man, like people can still be. He might be in his 50s. I don't know how old he is, but he's not like he was like an 80-year-old dude. He was older than me, but. And I don't think I even had the intention of even really like fighting the guy.
He's young enough to get his ass whooped.
I mean, in my mind, I just wanted him to stop, dude.
Yeah.
And I thought, you're not going to do it while I'm up here. And I also thought to myself, wow, I guess I'm just going to let this float right on while this guy's calling my wife a bitch.
No.
And that's what it was, man. And that's all I kept thinking. It was like, for the rest of his days, he's going to go around and say, yeah, I called that Cajun Ninja guy's wife a bitch, and he did nothing. And like, that's what I thought. But yeah, no, I mean, I shouldn't be going to try to. Words shouldn't affect a person this much,
Yeah.
And I mean, in truth, but it does when it's somebody you really care about, and they're coming at you, and it's like, bruh, this is like, you can say whatever you
Well,
want.
it's like you can say it about me. Like, it don't bother me one bit, dude. Like, I could take it. I love it. But
Yeah.
you can bring my wife and kids into it or something like that. Like, you're like, all right, dude, this is another.
Yeah, and that's kind of what
You
happened.
crossed the line.
That's what I'm
He
saying. Like,
knew
dude,
that.
she had nothing to do with you anyway, bro. Like, this beef is not with her.
Yeah,
and
you're
gonna
right.
start
Yeah, dude.
calling.
And look, let's be honest, man. You don't think I can cook good? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, why are you that invested in it? And it's because I got successful at it, and they think you're better than me. And you maybe are. Who knows? But dude, you have a camera? Go film it, dude. So. But yeah, I did that, and then funny enough, the local newspaper, there was a local newspaper guy who was near that, because it was not long after we did the Grand Marshal ceremony where they give me the key to the city. So he sees that, he comes running up, and he gets that one photo of me standing outside the float, and that's where that photo came from. Then he goes, interviews the guy, and the guy says, "Oh, I just told him he couldn't cook," and that's what they ran with. And the guy winds up texting my Facebook page saying, "Hey, would you like to leave we're going to do a story on this. Would you like to say anything?" He says that to my page while this is all going on.
Like,
while
we still had
float to
route
ride
left. Yeah.
Yeah, so like by the time we stopped and it was all over, he already ran the article. And like,
Wow.
dude, so then people are like,
Yeah, you catching flack.
yeah, I'm catching flack, dude. Like, because, there is the haters out there, they just don't like you. And so they're like going, I knew it, da 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 da. And so I waited, I let the dust settle. And I said, you know what? I'm going to write my story because I have a platform. I'm lucky enough that, sometimes we get these newspaper clips like that about people. And some of these people can relate to what I went through because they got nothing to say. They can't combat what's being said about them in the newspaper. I'm lucky. I have a stage. I have a platform. So I went ahead and put out the version that happened. And then that's when it took off. Boom. And like a lot of people were coming to support me. And that's when I was so grateful for the community of people that understood that, like, I might banter with people online or what have you, speak my piece about something. But for the most part, I will do whatever I can for my community. I love Louisiana. I love the people. I try to help people in need. And I give up a lot of my freedoms and free time so that I can do those things. And in the time that I needed those people, they showed up.
Yeah, that's
they
cool.
showed up in droves, and they really came to bat for me in the comments. And they started tagging the people who were shitting on me in the newspaper article comment. And those people weren't even answering.
No.
Because it was like, and it was because they got to see, like, they saw the story. It wasn't just the guy said I couldn't cook.
Yeah. Like,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but yeah, that was that's what happened in real life, Kiki. Yeah. But and look, you know what? I didn't know where that was going to go for me, but it actually it was definitely more positive for me than it was negative. Obviously, there was a lot of negative to it, But there were some really cool people. Like there was some ladies that were like, if my husband don't jump off a float, I don't even want him. Yeah, so like there was some really cool people about it. And look, people would stop me in grocery stores or like just whisper like, look, what you did for your wife, I'm so proud of you. Just like it was cool, man. Like I like it. Yeah. Those are the things I was like, well, that's cool.
What was going through your mind when he jumped off the float? You're like, oh, don't kill him. Like, don't kill the
That's
dude.
my man. That's my husband.
I was
He's got to know you're a black belt taekwondo. You got to roundhouse him.
Look, I don't ever think that way. Look, I've studied martial arts my whole life, and there's one thing I know about martial arts is that everybody's got a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
And it was stupid to do that. Like, for one, I'm lucky I didn't just shatter my ankles.
Yeah.
There's that. And then two, like, I'm also lucky. Like, dude, I'm just one guy jumping into this dude's territory. Like, who knows how many people. Like,
good old boys with him.
Sometimes people watch parades in droves, like you said, cousins and all kind of people. Like somebody, and if it's a flock of them that don't like me, they could have just took me out, dude. I couldn't have. There ain't no amount of martial arts, bro.
Yeah.
The only martial art that's helping that situation is a concealed carry, which you can't bring that on a float. So,
Learned that year before.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I'm lucky that he didn't have it.
Yeah.
It was like, look, everything that happened for that, I kick it up, man, because it did work out in the best case scenario.
Nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt. And I didn't wish that for that guy either. And funny enough, man, like there was this picture of him circulating around because I took a photo of him, but I was only sending it to people trying to find out who he was. Well, that got sent around to other people, and like I think like one of the family members, he was holding it like a kid, and one of the family members like reached out, like look, she was so nice too. Like I'm really grateful how she responded to it. She was like, look, I just want to get that down, and I said, look, if I go making a big deal about it, it's going to probably make it worse. I said, let's just let the dust settle. But I said, listen, if there's anything I can do, I'll definitely help you, And I think she got to see from me that, like, I'm not what was happening.
Yeah, you're not vindictive about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't want none of that. Like, dude, we were just having a good time trying to throw stuff, man. Yeah, so. Yeah. But, look, hey, and hopefully that guy, looks back on it and he's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done it. I just got a little too hammered. Maybe he was hammered. I don't know. Like, look, sometimes Mardi Gras brings the worst out in people, so. But, yeah, that was the one time, like, for the amount of people who have definitely dug at me in the comments, I'm grateful that it's not in real life. And if they do, they usually probably come at me with like a silly banter, or they get to see how I am.
Yeah.
Like when you talk to somebody online, it can seem a lot worse in your mind than what it is. Yeah. I like, dude, some of these people, I don't like. I get these clapbacks from some people. I never remember. I'm just in the moment, just kind of clapping back.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I had a guy at Lowe's, maybe 2 months ago. He said he walks past me, kind of looks at me. And I felt kind of a vibe. And then he walks again, and he's got his buggy, and he just kind of slowly walks up to me. He's like, hey. And then I was like, hey, man. Shake his hand. He goes, look, I'm the one that got into you about your seafood boil. And I'm like, I have no clue what you're talking about. And he's like,
you don't live rent free in my head, bro.
I was like, dude, I really don't know. And he's like, no, man, like you came out with it. I was telling you how it cost too much, and like there's no way I'm gonna pay for something like that, knowing that the other ones on the shelf cost like way cheaper. And I was like, well, I kind of remember some things like that because I know I had some people do that. And then I was like, I said, but look, dude, the thing is, and he goes, no, I want to tell you, man, I get it. He's like, here's what happened. Christmas time rolled around, and my wife bought me a bag as a joke. I opened it up and I was like, I can't believe you went and paid for this because it was such a big deal because you and I got into it on the internet. And you know what? So now I have this bag. And I was like, well, she paid for it. I'm just going to use it. He goes, dude, that shit is awesome. He goes, and from now on, I will be buying it.
That's cool.
And I was like, dude, this is a great story. Actually, I had planned to tell the story. I just never got around to it. And so I tell him, I was like, look, man, just so you know, though, like, I can't compete with those huge companies. You
Yeah.
know, the Tony Sacher, the Zatarans. They're massive. They got their own
They built their
facilities.
brand.
Yeah, like people don't realize like they've been around for 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, sometimes some of these, especially seafood boil ones, are very front loaded with salt, which is the cheapest ingredient you can get. And it's even cheaper when you can buy it in mass quantities.
Yeah.
You know, I can
Tonnage.
only make so much because I'm only covering Louisiana and my little e-commerce. And so, yeah, like, you know, I'm letting him know that. He's like, no. He's like, nah, man, I get it. I said, well, I want to say it anyway. I'm not fully front loaded with salt. I have a lot of premium ingredients in there. And even when you look at the package, my seafood boil package is the only package I have that is a clear bag with a sticker, because that was the cheapest
Save
route I
money.
could go so that I could make it more affordable for the people that buy it. But yeah, he was so cool about it, and I thought the story was awesome. I was like, wow,
No, that's cool.
this is great, man. Like, it was cool to have a guy come back, and the only reason he did is because his wife bought it as a joke.
That's funny.
So yeah, that was the one other like confrontation in front of me type of person.
So we've seen it before and other times, but we see, like I'm saying, being the Cajun Ninja's wife, even last night, you know, people come up
yeah,
and they're, you know, take a picture with Jason, and then you kind of sitting there and they're like, oh, we need to take a picture with you too. You're like, it really doesn't bother. She's like, I don't even care. Like,
Nope.
I'd rather just be invisible right
I'll
here.
take the picture.
Yeah.
You want me to take the picture?
But how has that been? I mean, like I said, I guess that what works for y'all
It does.
well, because you're like, dude,
Yeah, I'm
Go.
all about being in the back.
She pushes him out in front.
yeah. Look, Missy's not like that wannabe center stage person, you know. And like sometimes I'll put her there more than she wants to be.
I won't put myself there.
No, and it's because I feel like she is an attraction. You know, like I like some of the things we talk about. Just like, you know, kind of like how Kiki's got her own little one-liners. Misty does too sometimes, and like they crack me up. And like and then so I would just like do these like little videos with her or put stuff out there, and people like more and more would be like, man, we love your wife. And that's when I told her, I was like, dude, you need to make a page. And she was like, nobody wants to follow me. You know, like I don't.
It's like, no, I'm good.
You got to go follow it on there.
Yeah.
I know, dude. Her Facebook has around 30-something thousand, and she talks about what movies she's watching on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, and dude,
But it's
people-
relatable to people. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
people like to see the like even like the TikTok stuff. We're heavily involved with our family.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
love when we have stuff. When I'm doing stuff with Kenzie, or she's doing stuff with all four of us, or me and Crystal do stuff. Like people like to
They
see
do.
real
And they
life
like-
stuff.
They
Yeah.
like to know. Yeah, like sometimes I'll post a picture of after he cooks in the kitchen. You know, like
Yeah.
it's a mess.
Yeah, yeah. This is real life.
And
What you
it's
cooking?
real.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no.
So-
When people are like, "You're so lucky your husband cooks," she's like, "Really?
Use every pot here.
Am I?
Am I lucky?" Yeah. I know, because she'll do that to me. She's like, "You really had to dirty another dish for that?"
It's like,
dude,
well,
I use 2 coffee mugs if I make hot
for
chocolate.
hot chocolate. Like, what are we doing?
One to heat, and then when it's heated,
Then,
you pour
then
it.
he's
Dude, there's a
telling the
method.
girls, "Oh, you got to do like this." I'm like, "No, you don't. One
Oh
cup,
my
baby.
God, 1 cup.
There's a method to the madness. All right, listen.
It comes out just the
This
same."
is what you do.
Exactly.
All right.
It does.
No, it doesn't. all
It
right?
does.
Yes, I swear. I bet you right now you do your hot chocolate, but you got like flaky stuff all over the top.
Nope.
Just spin around.
Oh,
It
you
didn't.
and when it's hot enough, it all melts.
It doesn't melt like you think it does.
You pour a little bit, stir. Pour a little bit, stir. You don't need 3 mugs.
Yeah.
It's only 2 mugs. Quit trying to like one up it. No. So this is what you do, all right? You get a cup of milk, a cup of mug milk.
Yeah.
And mug root beer makes it. But anyway, you put it in the microwave. You heat up the milk. Separate cup. You dump in your Swiss Miss. It's got to be Swiss Miss. It's the best one. Dump in the Swiss Miss. Hot milk comes out the microwave. A little spoonful of milk into the powder. Another little spoonful of milk. You mix that up. It becomes like a chocolate syrup.
It's a process.
Then you pour the milk in, and it beautifully comes together, and you get this well-balanced flavor.
You make a YouTube video of this.
chocolate.
I'm off to try that.
Put this on your YouTube channel.
Needs to be. Yeah. Yeah. Look,
Use 8 mugs. I don't care.
Thank you. See? Look, that's why I'm
sorry.
Hey, that's why I'm still hot Outback guy in Dale's phone, and I'm just hubby.
Yeah. I never changed it. So it's funny because me and her, we compete for the top spot a lot of times. She can't stand it.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do get. I've watched you. Right.
Yeah, well, because sometimes it's like, I get noticed, you get noticed, or both, like.
Yeah, but you got a little some kind of way whenever he had his little viral moment.
Well, sometimes he'll just go out of his way. Like, I like people to guess, Like, I want people to guess.
Oh, I want everybody to know who I am.
Like this one lady thought I looked familiar. She thought I was a FedEx driver. I'm like, nope, that's not where you know. Or she's like, well, I know you from somewhere. Or your teacher. I'm like, nope. And she's like, well, I just know you from somewhere. I didn't even tell her where it was from.
I wear a shirt that says I'm Uncle Dale from OutDaughtered.
Yeah, I just kept her like figuring out. Like, she just kept saying, I just know you from somewhere.
She never figured it out. Huh?
She never figured it out.
And you never told her.
I just let her keep on going. But hey, it's me, lady.
So that's kind of odd. So, but you got some kind of way when he went viral.
Which one?
The one where the Taylor Swift song.
Oh yeah.
Because you were like.
Yeah, because there was another one. I didn't want you to do that one though. I wanted you to do. Remember, you're like, I wanted because it wasn't to that song. Remember whatever that one was for wasn't to the Taylor Swift one. Remember, I thought it was another
That was the
one.
Taylor Swift dance I did for that song.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, it was. That was the one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know that one, but the one that I wanted you to do wasn't that one.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
why she was mad. She was
Yeah,
salty.
yeah,
She was
because-
salty.
No, I was salty because I posted mine, and then he had to post it right away. Like, let mine go for a while before you post it.
No, I took over.
What exactly? But of course, everybody's gonna go crazy because it's the Taylor Swift era. Everybody likes Taylor Swift.
Oh, it was more me.
Dude,
No, it wasn't you.
it took a little bit, but we got it.
You're peeling that onion
People
back.
are like, oh wow, he's dancing so good. I already talked about this on
She-
podcast.
she was like,
'Cause
he
I
ain't
was
doing much.
how
He just-
hard- yeah, I was like, the way, like, how hard is that? What?
You did, yeah. Oh, that was so funny. Yeah. So yeah, that's where
great.
that's where it kind of differs because
Yeah.
like you are kind of like your own little star power,
Yeah, I am.
but Dale's like a little bit more.
I'm like a comet.
Yeah.
I feel like I could really instigate this right now, but
Please don't.
I got
love
to.
it.
Yeah, I got to dive back because it's gonna be too funny.
Oh,
yeah, because like, dude, when we drug it out of her a little bit just now, it's like there it is. She was like, yeah, I was. I was like, dude, you grabbed the mic. It was like, I want Dale next for the title.
Oh man, it's so funny, dude.
Oh, dude, that's great, man.
That's the joke we always made, like your Uncle Dale's wife, and he was
Yeah.
We said that because I'll get random FaceTimes from him, and it's usually somebody he
Yeah,
runs into,
yeah.
and I'll be like, "Oh, here's Crystal." I'm like, and I'll turn away from her real quick, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You don't want to see her." I'm
I
like,
was just like, yeah, even when we do the cameo shit, I'm like,
oh, cameos. I'm like,
Yeah, he-
I'm like, nobody wants to see her, and I'll start talking.
yeah, and then I'll jump back in. I'm like, that's so shitty, Dale.
but it's funny.
It's not funny to me.
Well, it's funny to them.
Because he's like,
They paid me.
He's like, I got a nice little surprise for you. And I'm like, hey, then he starts turning the camera around. I'm still talking. I'm like, what a fucking dick, dude.
I'm like, that's enough of her. This is my
I know I've
time.
been quiet, but y'all, I mean, I can sit here and be quiet all I want, but don't rev me up because I can.
Yeah.
That's
dude.
what's fun about it.
That is, yes,
It
that
is.
is.
It's fun.
I know. Look, it took a while for Missy to understand that. You know, because like she would get revved up about things like she didn't think. You felt like we were laughing at you instead of with you about things like when you were just
you laugh at me.
Yeah, but you would.
Sometimes you laugh.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, because it's funny.
Yeah, I know. I have
But
to
like
get
now,
over that.
now you can laugh at yourself too, though.
Yeah, I laugh first.
Hey,
Right.
Crystal, none of that bothers her. She
Yeah,
just,
I know.
She just
So look,
rolls off her like. No, that's what's the great about you.
Right.
Yeah.
I had to learn.
But what I'm saying, I'm trying to make the comparison here. Like, what I'm saying is like for her, she had to kind of learn it's okay to laugh at yourself. You don't care about that, but like he'll do these little moments where, like, oh yeah, that's just Crystal, and you're taking it as insult when he's actually doing it for the entertainment side.
Yeah.
He's not doing it to insult you.
Yeah, it's just-
he's doing it because he knows it's going to get a laugh out of the other
funny.
person.
Yeah, I like to embrace like people. She's like, oh, he eats it up. I'm like, I do, but they expect that because
Right.
that's the persona
Yeah.
of how I am. So that's
Right.
what, I gotta get what they paid for, man. They're paying $50 for a cameo, dude.
Dang, bro, you get 50. That's
Hey,
pretty good.
I think I lowered it a while, but dude. During
You did
COVID,
$30.
and during COVID, I made like $8,000 on cameo.
Dude, I remember that. I remember you talking to me about that.
Dude, it was so fun.
It was popular. It was popular.
It was real popular.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was during
yeah,
COVID. It
yeah.
was.
I'll get them randomly now, and they're fun to do, man. It's just wild that somebody wants me to You know,
I agree. I had a couple during the holidays, and one was this company. I don't know if it was like a Shell or something like that. And the guy had me calling out. They used it for their meeting, and the guy had me calling out all the different people, like it was like one was like, dude, look, we know you sleeping on the job, all right? You know, and dude,
it got personal.
Yeah, and dude, it was so funny because I was like calling them all out, and then I was like, look, but at the end of the day, the Shell team, Gretna is just so good, you know. Like, let's go ahead and give a round of applause. It was fun though, man. I had a lot of fun.
That's cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, man.
My favorite is when I do them, and then like they send the reaction videos.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's cool. Like,
yeah.
Like we're like I told you, I said, did we just happen to be on a TV show because Crystal's sister had a bunch of daughters. Like we just got in a pretty cool circumstances that we took advantage of, you know. And it's like it's crazy to we meet people like, oh, y'all so nice. I'm like, dude, we're just normal people.
Yeah.
We just happen to be on a TV show, dude. Like we didn't do anything. We're no better than you, bro. Like I've always been like that. I was like, I don't think we're anything better than anybody. I don't look down on anybody, you know. So it's like,
yeah,
we're all in this fight together.
Oh no, man! And look, that's why I told you before. I look at big celebrities differently now because, like I've had just at least a taste of the whole fame world thing, but I don't feel like I'm above anybody. And to me, it's nothing to take the time to like talk to people who appreciate what you do or love what you do. So I don't understand the big celebrities.
Yeah, like the big time. They're so like you're somebody that are just so rude on the time. Then so for example, like we went to go see Justin Bieber. Biebs, whatever, and
Justice Bieber.
The concert was amazing. It was good, but like what turned us off, like we like for you to interact with the crowd. Like it was so
Dude, he was like a robot.
He got on stage and then did his performance and got off. Like I like for you to like take the time and like interact.
What's up, Houston? Like there was nothing personal about the I was like.
And this makes you not even want to go see him
just
again.
Like he just checked the box.
It's like people are spending money on you but like you said, there's like even people you'll see on the runway, like some of them, they're like, they don't want to have time. Like what's so wrong about just saying hi? You might attract tons of people. What's wrong with telling somebody, hey?
Well, people talk about that. I mean, people shit on people.
Yeah, look, and listen, like I'm far from experienced what Justice Bieber is.
Yeah. I can never say his last name right. Biebs. It's just call him Biebs.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He's a crime-fighting beaver.
Yeah.
Justice Bieber. Hey, make that
It's so crazy how people. I mean,
Bieber.
That was actually on The Office, dude.
Oh, really?
I mean, I guess it's hard when you got like hundreds of people just coming up to you and you want a picture.
I can get where they. I mean, I can't understand it.
But don't be rude about it, though. Some of them are just so rude.
But so take aside from those, there are other people that have experienced the level that we're at, who aren't given as much time and attention to their fan base, and that blows me away, dude. It's like, dude, like you said, we've gotten to experience so much because somebody's tuning in, and if you don't have that appreciation for that one person, dude, you are totally taking advantage of the people who love what you do.
I think it goes back to some people are people like people persons to where you're personable. And you're always going to be that. And then there's some people like, I know that like my brother-in-law Adam, he's told me about people he's met that like big TikTokers or people that were big that are super funny. He's like, man, I met them. They're like real introverted, like nothing like they are online.
Yeah.
And so you can imagine them, they're probably weird or like they don't.
Right.
They're not like we're just ourselves with everybody. That's what's fun. Like I love talking to people. So it's
same here.
So there's a lot of people that don't do that. I could see it would come across there being a-holes, but
and maybe they're not. They're just not sociable.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably what a lot of it is. Or there's such a level to where it's like you're just okay. It's been 20 years, dude. I'm just get bombarded with whoever,
Yeah, look, that's what I said. We don't know the life of like I mean, we had people recognize us yesterday at the game, but it wasn't like we couldn't walk around.
Yeah.
So. I still get to go to the grocery store every day and don't have that problem or anything like that. So I don't know that side of it. But so ladies and gentlemen, what that means is it's time to give my dog his medication.
You got to give somebody a reminder.
Yeah, that's at 9 p.m. old dash. Gotta
Okay.
take 'em a
So
little bit.
before Crystal asked her question, we do in the every podcast. So what's on the horizon for 26 for the Ninja family?
Oh man,
Misty, open, talk. So the horizon.
you want to take the reins in this
Well,
one?
I mean, you know what you're doing.
We got a new calendar.
You got made a calendar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He gave me a great Christmas present. My skylight.
Skylight.
Yeah.
You'll be so organized this year. I'm excited for you.
Can't wait to get back. And
I'm gonna like.
Yeah.
We're not gonna miss anything.
Yes, such tears of joy open this
Yeah.
thing.
That's it.
Dude, I did not know that it was going to be that big of a deal.
It's awesome.
Well, because I was looking at one and mine wasn't gonna be that. But I was
Here's something crazy,
gonna get-
dude. She gave a bigger reaction for the skylight calendar than her engagement ring.
I know, but that was just. I needed a minute to like let it all sink in.
The skylight?
No, the skylight took no time at all.
Oh,
I'm gonna cry. She didn't cry for the engagement ring.
She was like, I was like, man, I kind of teared up. I was like, well, I was watching you.
Dude, I had people chiming in saying, "Wow, this made me kind of cry." I was like, "God, dog, I didn't think the skylight was that." And look, man, not sponsored, bro. They got all kind of
Yeah.
views for that one. Yeah, but yeah, so she was
just a good
excited about that. But it's gonna be cool to have that because I mean, I
Y'all are
definitely
busy.
have some things in the works
Yeah.
with a big law firm out of Louisiana, a coffee company. Superb Canning, which I've already done something with. I've got something with them coming up. So, gonna be a judge for the King Cake Festival in Thibodeau and the Weenie Spaghetti Festival. Have you ever been to that?
Got to be there.
You eat a bunch of weenies and spaghetti?
And spaghetti, yes.
Spaghetti. Weenie spaghetti? I've never heard that. Weenies and spaghetti?
It's just SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just SpaghettiOs.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, why would you put weenies in spaghetti?
Well, I'm sorry, we didn't all grow up rich like you.
Yeah.
You couldn't put ground meat in your spaghetti?
Exactly. You can when
But you
you're
can't have-
rich.
I mean, we're gonna have to. I don't even know if I
Where's
can
that
eat
at?
that.
No, it's in downtown
I don't
Houma.
eat hot dogs.
So listen, yeah. So look, Weenie Spaghetti was kind of those. Look, I mean,
Is the weenies boiled in water?
it depends how you do it. You know, yeah.
definitely wouldn't eat it.
Most people, what they do is they don't boil in water. They chop them up, throw them in the spaghetti,
And cook it.
and cook it. And look, it was a poor man's food, man. You know, like that's actually kind of how you may not know this, but like chicken and sausage gumbo was poor man's food because gumbo was like seafood and stuff, but not everybody
I
had
remember
that.
back in the day whenever I was young, like probably when we were dating or whatever, I did like the SpaghettiOs with the beanie weenies in it or whatever that was in it. And that was terrible.
But you liked it.
I liked it. And that was poor man's can out of a
Yeah,
can.
if you liked that spaghetti, weenie spaghetti, it was bussin'.
Yeah.
Wait, you had that?
No.
No.
I don't like hot
I've
dogs.
never even heard of
Yeah,
that
I don't
before.
like
Oh
hot
yeah.
dogs
That, well, a lot of times what people did was they'd make like a regular ground beef spaghetti and add the hot dogs to it, and it was a popular thing down in the Bayou country.
I know I'm so weird. This is so off the subject, but so whenever I eat a hot dog, I
You
don't.
weird? That's not off subject.
When I eat a hot dog, I don't eat the weenie inside the hot dog. I eat the weenie on the side with ketchup, and then I do a chili. Well, it's just a chili.
I like a chili bun.
Chili bun.
Time out.
It's not called a hot dog though. It's called
No,
weenie
no.
on the
Let's
side.
just rewind what you said there. All right. I don't eat the weenie inside the hot dog.
Yes, exactly. But it's
it on
not.
the
It's,
side.
it's not called a hot dog though. It's called
She
a.
just slurps down the wiener.
So wait, let me
and
ask you something. Wait. This is what you
I don't
said.
know why.
Wait. Time out.
I know.
This is what you said.
It's not called a hot dog then, because a hot dog is.
You said I don't eat the weenie inside the hot dog.
Yes, I know.
What is the weenie?
The weenie's the
It's the hot dog.
the hot dog.
What is the hot dog?
The hot dog.
So I don't eat the weenie inside the hot dog.
Yeah.
The weenie, there's a weenie inside the hot dog. Are you picking up what she's talking? You're hearing this too, right?
I said.
Sort of speak Kiki a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's been around
so I
enough.
said I don't, and it's really not called a hot dog then, because it needs to just be called a chili dog with the weenie on the side.
The dog is the weenie.
Dude,
I know shit the dog's a weenie, but I don't eat the dog inside the. I don't eat the.
This is like her explanation right now. Last night about bowl games.
I eat it outside the bun. I eat the dog outside
like
the
a-
bun.
All right. I got to figure this out.
I don't even know.
I don't
You're
eat
gonna hurt yourself.
I don't eat the weenie inside the hot dog. Are you trying to say like you don't eat the hot dog inside the bun, or is
the hot dog inside the bun.
Okay,
There you
yeah,
go.
there we go. Yeah, because like you get what I'm saying when you
Yeah.
said the weenie inside the hot dog.
Yeah.
The weenie and the hot dog are the same thing.
Yes, exactly.
It's like the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. They're just all one person.
Yeah, but that's like a I would say a white girl thing. That's like a Cajun thing. That's like me, like hot dog. I eat the weenie outside the hot dog. I don't.
Yeah. No, you responded to me on something one time on Instagram. You know, I got that Cajun in me. I was like, no, you got that country in you.
Yeah.
That is not Cajun at all. But
It should be called a hot dog. I don't even know what I should call it. It's not even a chili dog. I should just say a chili bun.
A chili bun.
A chili bun with
Yeah.
the weenie on the side.
I like to think somebody's going to watch this and they're going to understand it. And when you do, please in the comments below.
He can make a reel out of
Let
this.
us know.
Okay?
Let us know what she was trying to say. Because, like, I don't eat the weenie inside the hot dog. I don't get that.
The
at
only
all.
time I do eat is when we go to Costco. I like eating a hot dog like that.
Like, to me, when I hear that, I
their
think
weenie sausage is good because it's, I don't know. That's the only
their
time I eat
weenie
it like
sausage. The weenie sausage, weenie hot dog. I don't eat the weenie in the hot dog.
That's the
I
only
eat
time
the casing.
That's a Polish dog. That's what's at Costco.
Kiki got that dog in her.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dude, all right. So, yeah. Anyway, Weenie Spaghetti Festival's pretty cool.
Dude, we're going to have to try that one weekend.
Dude, let me tell you, the Weenie Spaghetti Festival is packed.
Really?
Dude, it's packed. They have so many cooking teams that I'm actually going to be one of the secondary judges. So they're going to have a bunch of like
Preliminary.
regular judges, and they're going to narrow it down, and they're going to give it to like me and some of the other like secondary judges, which were probably like me, DJ Red, and I think he's judged it before, but yeah. So that's crazy. And then King Cake Festival's huge too. Yeah.
That would be one I'd like to go
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, dude, if y'all ever make your way down where we are,
That'd be a good time. When do y'all do that?
the King Cake Festival is
January 31st.
January
I think.
31st.
Oh, dang, it's quick.
Yeah. And the Weenie Spaghetti Festival's before
We need
that.
to look see if we're free. If we're free that weekend,
No,
that'd be cool.
you're going to be in San Antonio. Volleyball.
Oh, dang, yep.
Happens, brother.
Yeah.
I need a skylight.
Listen,
Find a skylight. I don't know.
It's in your calendar.
This is actually
know.
my first time going to the King Cake Festival.
I know.
Like,
Usually we always
I haven't been
busy.
able to go. And I've always wanted to go to it. They've asked me to judge it before, couldn't judge it, but now judging it, I'm so excited.
You want to ask me a question?
Yes, I sure do. Yeah, like, what's the question? What is y'all's number one marriage advice?
Oh, yeah, I like to hear this from you.
Oh gosh. Can I have a minute?
You sound like Crystal. You sound like Crystal. Don't put me on the spot.
You need a minute?
I mean,
You can talk as long as you want.
Yeah. You can open forum.
I need it. So Lou, we've been doing this for 2 years, so I need to actually. I ask every couple that we have once. I actually want to write them all down, like put them on a shirt or a plaque or something. You know,
Yeah.
and that's cool because everybody's.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good
everybody's
idea.
has different, answers. Some similar, some's not, but
support each
Some's
other.
not.
support
Each other. Communication. Mm-hmm. But support.
Well, it's like you had to do that early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were in the room,
Like, I think
with the kids.
that's huge. Because I know sometimes I slack in showing that because obviously.
Yeah.
We're like, is Misty here?
I think you talked a little too much tonight, actually.
Really got a word in.
Yeah. I was like, God, I had so much more to say.
I'm
but
not going to be able to talk
You
tomorrow.
kept interrupting me. No, yeah, like it's definitely huge from a husband standpoint. I know that like your wife does support you, because like for us, we for the most part, we want to be the pack leader. We want to be the one in charge and really guiding our family as far as protection and providing. We're not as good at nurturers, just not. And at least I feel that way. Maybe, there's some people that disagree with me. It is what it is. But I think for the most part, women are better caretakers. They're better nurturers. Is why they really take up the majority of those career paths because they're so good at it. But if there's anything I know from my standpoint that I learned that worked great for me is I definitely stopped focusing on my own needs. And I think that's a mistake a lot of people make in general. Like when you're in a relationship, you think, man, like she's not thinking about me for this or whatever. And like I got away from that and really said, what am I doing for her? Like what am I noticing about her that she's not getting fulfilled? And the more I tried to really focus on fulfilling things in her life that look like voids, that's when I noticed that like she was filling everything for me, and I was like, because I think we get so caught up in looking at our own cup that we're not even like paying attention to their cup and what can we do to help fill their cup. And that made our relationship so much better. And now it's like I get excited at the idea of what in her life is hard that I can make easier, like the calendar.
Like the calendar.
You know?
That's why I cried.
I cry too.
Yeah, and I think the more you do that, and if it's being reciprocated, your marriage just feel like it flows, man. Because that's the cool thing when somebody's taking care of something that 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 you need to get taken care of, but you got so much other shit going on, and then all of a sudden your partner does it for you. They take care of that need for you, and you're like, God, dude, thank you, And she does that for me a lot too. So, that's the best advice I can give as far as marriage. When you go into it, try to know that you're in it to do for them, and they're doing the same for you. And if both parties are doing that, man, you're living in harmony. Yeah,
I think that's a key to any successful marriage, especially like we all both got together young.
Yeah.
And like I said, you grew up together. We grew up together. You figured a lot of stuff out. We struggled. We went ups and downs, and like you got to be able to fight adversity while taking care of your spouse, which makes it hard because it's easy to be selfish sometimes because that's just human nature.
And then when you have kids, they take up a lot of your time.
They do.
So you have to make time for each other.
Yeah, you don't want to be just roommates in a home. That's what I think for us. Like, our kids are getting older. And we're like, but we do a lot. We've always done a lot together. So like, man, we loved it being at home during COVID. There's a lot of couples that didn't make it that were always apart.
I know.
We loved it too.
And then they, like I said, I was home. We were home. I was cooking every day. I was cooking a lot of your stuff. I was doing all kind of stuff. Like, we enjoyed that time, that family time we got that you're kind of forced to have.
That's especially on the holidays times, like now between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I'm like, damn, you're already going back to work tomorrow.
I know.
Let's put through a couple more days.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, that's what you got to have, because if you don't have that kind of relationship, say once the kids are grown, that's when people fall like they don't fall out. They fall out of love, or they realize they're not as compatible whenever they had so much going on.
Yeah,
that you gotta still date your spouse. I mean, that's a big part of it.
Oh yeah. Dude, 100, dude. Like, COVID. I don't want to say COVID was fun,
Right.
But for what we had for it, like we made the best of it. Like we realized we couldn't go anywhere, so what can we do together right here? And we went outside with the curls and drew chalk drawings on the driveway, and
we let him paint a wall in our house.
Yeah, I did. I have a wall in my house that it looks like
our color on
graffiti.
It looks like graffiti.
Dude, it's bad. It was a great idea at the time. Like it was COVID, so we're like, man, you know what? It was their little hallway. It was a part of the house that not a lot of people really go to, because their room, the way our house is, you walk in and like it's open floor plan, living room, dining room, kitchen area, and then there's this like little walkway over here down a hall is their room, one room this way and then one room that way. And that hallway, like I said, it's not seen. So we just thought, you know what? Would y'all want to draw on this wall? I was like, screw it. Paint can.
Yeah,
it's a small wall.
You could change that easily.
And it was cool. They drew little drawings, and then it became their friends would come over and they would draw something, and somebody would sign it, and yada yada. And then one little girl comes over one day and decides to go whack, 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 and just color over everything. And now it looks like, shit. But I mean, there's still some cool things about it. You can still see some of the drawings, like a little elephant here or there, and there's a spot that says mom and dad approved, and it has the date we did it, because I think it says like 4/19/2020. But yeah, we're at a point now where we're like, all right, we need to cover this.
And they agree.
We need to clean it up, because now like they're having little friends come over, and it's just a freaking jacked up looking wall. But in the moment, dude, it was cool. Like, I mean, how many parents just let their kids color a wall?
Yeah.
You know, in
That
the
happens every day at Magnus'
Nobody.
house for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
You got 6 kids running around.
Yeah, but you're not letting them. They're doing it, but they're not like it's not approved. You know, yeah, like we just let them, and then other kids came over and they thought it was cool. They wanted to sign it, but you know, like I said, that was 6 years ago, or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So so now it's like, all right, we need to clean this up. You know, but.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was cool, man. And then look, Missy and I, we binged, series that we never seen.
Yeah.
Like we watched Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and all things that we had never seen. I was like, dude, these shows are awesome. And
It's hard to have time. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to find time to do those things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we would stay up.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right?
Like, legit.
You had nowhere to be.
Yeah.
You know? So we'd be
Because we
watching.
couldn't go anywhere.
I didn't know
The
what day it
salons
was.
had to close. Like everything was.
Yeah, we were home all day, and so we would be binging series on the patio till 4:00 in the morning. Maybe we should go to bed, and then wake up at 11.
Yeah,
like God, and it really did put you in kind of a weird place of like, all right, this is not real life, dude. Like we gotta kind of find a regular.
You gotta wear something besides sweatpants, dude.
yeah.
Pajamas.
I've worn these same briefs now.
Good. Well, Juan, thank y'all for coming in. We had a fun weekend.
Yes,
and like I said,
thank
it's been really about 5 years of a friendship, and we love you guys. Like I said, so it's been fun to like really get our families together, and it's been cool, man. So I'm excited for the future, doing more things together like we've done. You know, it's like family. You know, that's what I think that's a part of the Louisiana side. I think I think I instantly make connections, and especially with good people.
Yeah.
Like I said, we instantly. I mean, like. Feel like we grew up together. That's what's cool about it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not anything weird. It's just like a couple dudes hanging out with their wives. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Yeah. Dude, it's very organic and it's cool, man. And and you know what? I'm probably the most reoccurring guest you've had so far.
Did Dale not Dale twice?
Yeah. Now I've done the Mills. So,
And we got Misty on, which she barely spoke a word, but she was on here.
I do think about that, you know, because I was like, man.
I had some moments.
You did
I had
have
some
some
moments.
You definitely did, baby. You know, like, dude.
Give me credit.
Look, credit. Gosh, dude. I think
Man, we could put a word counter on the YouTube. Every time you say a word, we're going to
I think at the end of this, just like roll a credit and put Misty.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You know, and that's, dude. I know if we can get you going, like, dude, Missy, when it comes out of her, like, we probably should have got some wine or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would have probably said more than.
Yeah, she'd have cut the rug with
We
y'all.
really would've
But that's the
told
thing
us.
too. Like when you and I know how it is. Like if you're talking to somebody and they're just kind of being a little short, like it's like you feel bad to keep trying to engage them.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to make them feel bad. So, and I do that with her too. So like I don't want to get her all like, you got to speak, you know, and then she feels awkward. So then I keep talking, and then it just looks like, God, this guy never shuts up. But dude, I'm self-aware, you know, like, and dude, I tell that to her, like, because like she'll get finicky if I say something about what she's doing. I was like, oh, baby, you need to do this. Why are you coming at me so hard? I would have said I messed that up too, you know. But like, she's like, for her, it's like that. Like, man, I gotta watch how I word it, man. She's such a delicate flower. Yeah, I think I posted the other. Did you see it? I posted this chocolate. It was like it had cotton candy in the chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Some Dubai chocolate with cotton candy in the chocolate.
Yeah.
So weird. Like Missy looked at it like when I broke it apart. She goes, "It looks like hair." I said, well, it does say angel hair on the package, but like she did not want to do that video, but I was like, dude, it's a great reaction video because it's like so weird. And she's like, you know, no makeup, whatever. And so like at the end of the video, I'm like, look, my wife took one for the team. She didn't want to get on because she didn't think she looked good, but I told her she's beautiful. And then in the background, you hear she goes, I did get on the video. I was like, I know, I'm saying you got on the video. and then I said you didn't think you look good, but I think you're beautiful. And then I look back at the camera, it's like quiet, and then you hear her go, sure. It's funny, man. But yeah, that's it, man. Yeah.
That's the day in the life of the ninjas.
Yeah.
Day in the life of the ninjas, man. But this was really cool.
This was
I had a
fun.
lot of fun.
Thanks.
I'm glad we came into town, knocked this out. I also left utensils at your house, so I got to get those.
Yeah, we got to get those.
Yeah, I already
Oh, I got them. I got
Okay.
them.
They're in
Okay.
the car.
Yeah.
They're in the car. everything's safe.
All right.
Back to the house. I can actually use a ladle again instead of like a measuring cup when I get gumbo out the pot. All my ladles were at your house.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no ladles. Yeah, so if anyone's wondering, it's because I came into town, did a cooking thing with Dale, and I brought my utensils and left them here.
Left him. Yeah. He was about out down the road. I'm like, dude, you left your stuff. He's like, I'm going to come back for that.
Well, no. I was like, I think I was a good 30 minutes on the road, and I said, dude, just put them in the dishwasher. And keep
And what I thought I could, it's so crazy how it happened so fast. How y'all planned to come this way, but I could have eventually just mailed them,
Look, I thought about that. I was like, dude, I don't want somebody to pay shipping for this. I figured at some point we'd be
We
back.
would be
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, just hang on to them. I'll figure it out.
Yep. Well, good. We all be safe. Head back home tomorrow, and look forward to the next time we can all get together.
Right
Us too.
on.
Well, thank y'all for joining the podcast.
Thank y'all.
We're out.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Happily Ever Banter, a Mills House Media production with Uncle Dale and Kiki. If you are enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, thanks for listening, and we hope you'll join us on the next episode of Happily Ever Banter. Until then.